And this week will be rather special, my gorgeous people, indeed, purely because on the 11th of February 2021, we are going to have a new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquamarini, in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. This is going to be a rather powerful moment in time, in particular when it comes to our own reflection, in particular when it comes to us dealing with problems, in particular when it comes to us dealing with difficulties, dealing with all those stages, you know, and parts and elements of our lives that have been creating us like kind of problems and negativity in such a sense where we just karmically end up with simply nothing but the actual karmic baggage. And karmic baggage happens in our lives when, you know, slowly things have come to an end on one hand, but also on another hand when we just kind of prevent ourselves, so we block ourselves from moving on, from moving forwards, purely because we haven't got enough confidence in order to reflect on our own situation and deal with our own problems, you know, when we should deal with our own problems. And this is like why the new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquamarine is going to be very important, because of the several reasons. We are going to be affected by this energy like there is no tomorrow. You see, my gorgeous people, it is not only about the 11th of February, you know, but this is all very powerful, and it's a rather symbolical indeed. You know, it's the power of number 11, which is happening at exactly the same time, and we are having, for once, you know, a new moon in general. But then again, it's going to happen in the gorgeous Aquamarini, in the sign of Aquarius, which means that we will feel the necessary confidence. We will feel like a really great power. We will feel like we are feeling very ready, you know, like kind of ready to deal with the problems, you know, in particular when it comes to maybe, you know, dealing with difficulties and those parts of our lives, you know, that are really making us feel very uncomfortable. And normally we would be like, oh no, I'm not too sure. But now it's the power of this wonderful zodiac sign, which is at the same time going to increase our courage. It is going to increase our self-esteem. It is going to create absolutely perfect energy within us and also around us. And it is not only about the 11th of February. This energy will be so strong and so powerful throughout this week indeed, and it is going to be rather significant all the way until the 16th of February. These particular readings that I'm doing right now are going to be very much so valid from the actual 9th until the 16th of February, okay? And also it is about the reflection, and it is about the power that this new moon is actually going to have on our lives. It is just wonderful because, you know, it's about the perfect combination of energies that we are going to possess throughout this time, throughout this week, because of this new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquamarini. And it's a very powerful energy, I must say. It's a lot to do with requiring this balance, you know, in order to, you know, to reflect on our lives in a very, very powerful way. It's about being courageous. It's about having this really perfect amount of self-esteem. It's about being energetic. It's about feeling the inspiration. And all these energies are absolutely remarkable when it comes to our own insight. When I say when it comes to our own insight, we're just naturally going to be drawn towards the particular stage, towards the particular point, towards the particular situation in our lives that we really need to deal with. So it's not only about having the courage, but it's about having the exact amount of perfect energy, which is just going to push us towards the problem, towards the difficulty, towards the situation, towards the negativity that we really must individually deal with. Indeed. And this in itself is rather remarkable because it is going to bring an element of surprise by the actual 16th of February 2021. And the element of surprise is going to happen, you know, in the form of the actual opportunity that we wouldn't normally see. And why is this going to happen as an element of surprise? Why is there going to be opportunity at around the end of this stage, the end of this period, at around the 16th of February? Well, I will tell you why, because it's all pointing towards one particular thing. Gorgeous aquamarine, it's not only about being ambitious, it's not only about being energetic, it's not only about being rather powerful, it's not only about being rather psychic, but it's all this is going to contribute to us thinking outside the box, thinking outside our normal terms, thinking outside our normal way of thinking. And this is when things are going to become so interesting. And that's why by the end of this stage, by the end of this period, by the end of the 16th of February, we are going to feel a really nice push, you know, at the same time, to go over that particular situation that we were dealing with, that was actually blocking us, that was actually preventing us to move on. So this is what this wonderful energy is going to bring. So this is why we are going to find ourselves to really kind of work on things this week. We're going to find ourselves questioning ourselves a lot this week. We are also going to find ourselves like thinking like, why am I not doing this, and why am I not doing that, and why am I not doing this, and why am I not doing that? All these wonderful questions is what the actual energy of gorgeous aquamarine on the new moon is going to bring. On another hand, I want to say this to you, my Lord, my God, this is so important. You can use this to the best of your abilities. It's the actual 11th of February, that it's new moon that we are going to have in the zodiac sign of Aquamarine, of course, but it's also at the same time, new moons have always been used in such a way to start new things, for the new beginnings, for the new projects, you know, to start things that we are unsure like when to start, because the best time to start things, it would be when it's the actual new moon in general. But when it happens on the 11th, such a powerful number in numerology, my God, it's about us finding ourselves, about us finding specific things what to work on, but also at the same time finding out something so important, so significant, so powerful, which is part of the really massive, huge, enormous picture, of course. But then again, it's going to answer so many questions to all of us. It's about the powerful spiritual experience that we are going to have, but also at the same time the great strong sense of direction, which is going to inspire us in so many different ways. So it's a wonderful time if you want to start new projects, if you want to start a new beginnings, if you want to start any type of start, you know, anything you want to begin. 11th would be absolutely remarkable, because you start at the time of the new moon when the energy is just in this particular way, you know, it's just quite stale in many ways indeed, when it comes to projection, when it comes to doing things, you know, when it comes to expressing yourself. This is all I kind of understand just to start with. While this energy is just getting remarkably collected around us, within us, just by our way of thinking, just by our power of our mind, just by the actual power of our own thoughts, you know. So this is why it's a remarkable time to start new projects. So anything that you want to start, you should also start at this moment in time, because the energy is absolutely going to be remarkable indeed. So that way, just by using the energy of the new moon, of the beginning, as the new moon is changing, as the moon is changing, as the moon is growing, you know, at the same time, you know, your energy is going to be growing, your energy is going to be expanding. And this is why the projects to start at this moment in time are going to be remarkably more successful than they would normally do. And this is why I think that this is going to be remarkable, and also it's going to reflect on us so much, okay? My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings. And this week these readings are going to start from the 9th and they're going to be relevant until the 16th of February 2021. So this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast is going to start on the 9th and it's going to be relevant until the 16th of February 2021. And I'm going to start with my gorgeous and with my ever so precious, with my beautiful Aries, my gorgeous Aries. I just want to say what you should need to pay attention to. Most certainly you need to pay attention to the actual balance. What is making you feel unhappy? What is making you feel like you are not expressing yourself? It is a very important time to pay attention to the actual balance, but also, most certainly, you need to bring a balance and fun into your lives. You need to remember that this is all about the balance, but then at the same time, you are going to make a really powerful and really important decision. I need you to pay attention to, in particular, how you're actually going to feel on the 11th, 12th, and the 13th of February 2021, because on the 11th, 12th, and the 13th of February 2021, you are going to see something and you're not going to believe what you're actually going to see. But this is brilliant because, to start with, you're going to be kind of blown away. It's going to surprise you, but then at the same time, almost immediately, you are going to have a wake-up call. What is this going to be? You need to let me know in the comments. Most certainly, this is going to be very interesting because it is not only about the opportunity that you are going to have by the end of this stage, by the end of this period on the 16th of February 2021, but it's about a very, very strong vision that it's going to happen at the same time. And it's all about you expressing yourself. It's all about you communicating as clear as you possibly can, because the more communicated, the more powerful energy you are going to create around you. And that in itself is going to be remarkable because you are going to have a very, very strong promise. And I like this so much because you're going to hear a specific information, my gorgeous Aries. And that specific information is going to bring you a mind-blowing promise into your life. This is brilliant because where you thought that, oh my God, there's nothing I can do anymore, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, no. It is going to be connected to the continuation, which is going to also at the same time inspire you and help you to see things through for what they are. This is very important for you, for your own progress, but also to remove yourself from the situation that no longer serves you. And that situation that no longer serves you, it's pretty much so, oh my God, very spiritual moment, very powerful moment of realization. I have to be honest here, something very negative, it's like not happened to you, but you will realize something very negative. You're going to realize something rather devilish around you, not in your personal situation, but this is just going to be the part of the really big picture that it's going to become absolutely evident to you, but very much so relevant when it comes to this understanding that you are going to have. It's not going to be like, oh my God, but it's just going to make you realize, that there are a bit of a naughty people in this world, like type of thing. But then at the same time, this is going to be for your own a realization, for your own spiritual awakening. To some of you, it's going to be more like a confirmation, but some of you are going to have like a ooh la la, rather vava-vumish spiritual awakening. This is going to be primarily responsible, my gorgeous Erini, for your own vision, and I'm very, very happy. Someone around you is going to need your help, my gorgeous Erinis. Somebody is just who is in your life, somebody who is very important to you, is like kind of maybe losing themselves a little bit. And this is nothing unusual, because the energy out there, it's a very, very bizarre, it's a very strange. So some people who are very sensitive, of course, are finding this quite more difficult than others. It really depends. But I just need to let you know that somebody's been like greatly affected around you and needs a little bit of your love, needs a little bit of your energy. And that particular person did not let you know that necessarily, but through that person, once you reach out to help, you know, it is going to be something that you're going to be told at the same time. And what you're going to be told, it is not going to leave your mind. It's going to also have a lots of little surprising elements at the same time. But most importantly, you know, it's going to help you to, kind of with your own creativity. And the more you focus on what you're going to be told, the more you're going to understand. It's pretty much so connected to many parts of yourself, you know, that are maybe you don't even know and you don't even understand about yourselves. And this is why people in our lives are so important. People who understand us, people who know us, because through them, you know, it's not only how they're meant to be in our lives, la la la, no baby, no, but through them we learn things, specific things about ourselves that we need to learn in that particular way. And this is just gives us food for thoughts. It gives us something to think about. It gives us something to reflect on, but most importantly, it helps us to understand the certain parts of ourselves that we don't understand. And this is when things are going to become rather interesting indeed. Do you know what? I'm just going to, I don't know, where did I put my cards, my cards, my cards, my cards, my cards, my cards, my cards. Let me just see my darlings. I'm just going to see. Dun, dun, do you know what? I'm just looking for my cards. What is wrong with me? Let me just see. Okay, these are the ones that I had. Just a second, my gorgeous Aries. What is... here. They are hidden. Coco, you hid my card. He didn't. Okay, now my gorgeous Aries, I'm just going to see what is going to be your tarot card for this stage and for this period. And what most importantly, you should be focusing on what I said before. It's very important. Four of Cups. Look at this, my babies. It's Four of Cups. It's pretty much so showing you that you're going to have a very powerful moment when it comes to you connecting to your past. Something will be really revealed to you, and it's connected to your past and something that you didn't know. The certain little secret is going to come to the surface at the same time, but this is going to be brilliant because it's not only going to really match your energy right now, but it's also going to be significantly important when it comes to you making a powerful decision. You are going to make a very strong decision, my gorgeous Aries, by the 16th, you know, of February, and that decision that you're going to make is going to have a very strong connection with your past, very strong connection with a long time ago, but also specific moment. It's going to help you to reflect in such a way where you're going to make an important decision, you know, an important decision you're going to make, but it's going to be connected to the inside, to the part of you from the inside that you really need to kind of pay attention to, because you kind of left something behind that you need to go back and take it in order to be really happy and complete. But most importantly, it's more like to bring an insight in the situation that is really troubling you. And the message from the spirit in particular when it comes to the actual this stage and this spirit, what the spirit wants you to know, and this is in between the 9th and the 16th of February, is living light energy, see the beauty in life, you see, which means that it's about the inspiration. It means that this is going to be really important when it comes to your own balance. It means that you will keep on seeing things that are going to inspire you, you know. You may not even be aware of it, how much this is going to inspire you, but things that are going to happen to you this week, you know, are going to be very significant because they are going to be on your mind for a long time, purely because you will be able to, as I said, you will see something, you know, and that in itself is just going to inspire you so much. And inspiration is a very, very powerful energy, because it's most certainly going to help you to keep moving, but also it's going to have a remarkable, powerful starting point indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurinis. My gorgeous Taurinis, I love you so much. You know what I mean? It looks like your third psychic eye. It's going to be all around the place. Like when I say that your third psychic eye is going to be all around the place, you know, you're going to have lots of little crazy confirmations throughout this time. From the 9th until the 16th of February, you're going to have lots of little confirmations, you know, and they are not going to be that pretty, not going to be that amazing necessarily. Again, it's to do with the bigger picture. It's to do with things that are happening. It's to do with the things that are going on. But, you know, as I said before, this is the continuation pretty much of with things that have been happening in particular over the last few months. But I want to say it's that, you know, you're going to realize like your own power by realizing, you know, that, you know, what you were focusing on and what you were doing and what you were thinking, even when lots of people said like, oh, you're crazy, oh, this and that, you know, there are going to be lots of like mind-blowing confirmations that you are going to have throughout this week. So you are going to have a very, very powerful spiritual moment. My gorgeous Taurinis, I also want to say that you are going to see something and you are going to be inspired, my babies, like there is no tomorrow. You will literally see something, and once you see this, you know, and this is going to be something in your own element, this is going to be something within your own power, which means that the things that are directly in front of you, when I say like, oh, you're going to see something, and it's also going to happen kind of when you least expected, in the way that you least expected. And what you're gonna see, it's really going to give you so much optimism. It's going to help you to see the opportunity, an important opportunity, and this in itself is going to be just the beginning, my gorgeous Taurinis, but most certainly it's also going to be the beginning, you know, of a really powerful change, which is slowly going to start coming and slowly going to start taking over, but in the best possible way. And you will know when this beautiful energy starts taking over, it's purely because, you know, it's going to reflect on your health, pretty much so when it comes to your healing. You know, it's going to reflect on your health, in particular when it comes to like those ailments that you haven't seen improving or you haven't felt improving like in a long time, you know, and things like that. You will be able to see, to feel this particular healing, but at the same time it's about the inspiration, which is a very powerful energy, I have to say. Whatever inspires you, you just need to find out a little bit more. You just need to dig a little bit deeper. I repeat, my gorgeous Taurinis, because your third psychic eye, it's going to be pretty much so very strongly expanded throughout this stage and throughout this period. And also I want to remind you what the wonderful energy on the 11th, on the new moon in Aquamarine, going to do. It is just going to pinpoint towards the problem and towards the situation that was bringing you down, that was slowing you down, and is going to give you magical energy, not only to deal with it, but also to make the most of it. You need to pay attention to what your option and what your wonderful opportunity it's actually going to be. It's going to manifest, you know, at around the 16th of the actual February 2021. This will be very important for your own progress, but then at the same time, two wonderful, amazing, mind-blowing paths are going to be pretty much so obvious ahead. Two important paths are going to show themselves at around the end of this stage, at around the 16th of February. So this is something that you should pay attention to, but at the same time, it's like a reward, you know. You have been very patient prior to this moment, you know, and now this is going to bring you your reward at the same time. I think it's brilliant, but also, you know, the understanding, you know, that you need to be patient patient at the same time. You know, the things are happening, the things are coming, but you know, now at least you will find the relevance and the successful moment in the fact that there is going to be like some kind of time span that you are going to become aware of that you weren't aware of before, my gorgeous Taurini. So this is something that it's really important that I want to say to you, but also the balance is going to be remarkable. And I really like this. So this is why I need you to just like go with this wonderful flow by focusing on what is persistently appearing in your life when it comes to inspiration in particular. This is something, you know, there are going to be lots of little signs that you are going to have, but then at the same time, you know, it is just going to give you something to look forward to. It's going to help you realize things that where you wouldn't realize them normally and things like that. You know, and there is also going to be a very, very bizarre moment, you know, of like a connection with somebody that passed away, you know. The spirit is going to make themselves known, most certainly, my gorgeous Taurinis, to you. And this could be somebody that was like in your lives, or it could be just a passing by spirit. But at this moment in time, this spirit is really also going to be guiding you towards the path. So if you feel something unusual, if you see something bizarre, if you smell again something bizarre, just remember that this is the spirit trying to let you know what to pay attention to, and what in this particular moment in time you should be paying attention to, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's most certainly that problem that is on your mind at that moment in time. The answer to that problem is that you have to think outside the box, and this is what this magical energy of the gorgeous aquamarine new moon is also going to do, because it's going to help you to see what you wouldn't normally see. Very, very important. And you are going to have a surprise. Somebody is going to surprise you, and I'm not talking about the spirit. As I said before, you will be visited by the spirit, and you will know that this is the spirit. But on another hand, you are going to be having a little surprise, you know. Someone alive, somewhere in this world, is going to surprise you as well. Someone is going to reach through, someone is going to reach forward, and this is going to surprise you, but at the same time, it's going to put a big smile on yourself as well. What you feel this week, it's going to bring you financial security for yourself and people around you. This is a pretty much very important time when it comes to peace and contentment in your life, but then again, it's very important time when it comes to honoring like a certain family traditions, you know, and things like that. Just remember that this is going to be specifically significant when it comes to passing certain knowledge. You need to remember to pass certain knowledge, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. I'm just going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week. Okay, so your tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Taurini, is going to be... oh, the Hanged Man. Ooh la la, my babies. It's all about thinking outside the box. This is a wonderful, mind-blowing confirmation. This is about the idea that you are going to have. This is about the excitement that you are going to feel, but also at the same time, you're just going to find yourself wanting to make an adjustment in your life. And there where you were just so worried, like, oh my God, no, baby, no. Now you're going to feel like a certain excitement, and that excitement is going to be super relevant when it comes to you making a decision. So something will need to go. Something is no longer serving you. Something is no longer part of your life. Something that is basically slowly coming to an end. You know, this Hanged Man, it's going to give you the power and the ability to look at the situation from a different angle, but most certainly it's going to give you courage to realize that this is the time of your personal rebirth, transformation, but it is going to require, first of all, from you to make a necessary adjustment. This necessary adjustment is going to be absolutely obvious indeed. Okay, and your spirit message, my gorgeous Taurini, is Okay, your spirit message for you, my gorgeous Taurini, and the spirit message. Sally, Sally, Sally. There is a spirit with a person here. There is a spirit with the name Sally, sorry. There is a spirit here with the name Sally, and it's very much so connected to letter J. Letter J. Oh my God, Sally, and it's very much so connected to letter J. Sally is just sending her love, whoever this mean to. Sally is here for a reason. Sally is the spirit that is, when she died, when she passed away, there was number 2. Number 2 was so much significant, so much strong, and number 5 was also so much strong. Sally is sending her love to whoever this means to. Sally is sending her love and positive feelings and the brightest blessings to whoever this mean to. Sally just popped in, gorgeous Sally, spirit, and she's just saying hello. Okay, so now your spirit message is like a voice your concerns. A very important, Taurini. This is the time when you're going to learn something important as well for yourself, but most certainly you need to voice your concerns, you need to communicate, you need to talk as much as you can. Don't keep things down, you know. Be careful what you kind of say, like there's secrets and things like that, blah, 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 but most certainly it's going to be kind of obvious what you need to communicate about and what you need to talk about, because this is the way you're actually going to protect yourself, and you're going to protect people in your life that mean to you the most. So this is the time to communicate, my babies, as much as you can. Okay, important. Okie dokie. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Gemini. I know, my gorgeous Gemini, it has been really difficult. I know, my gorgeous Geminis, it has been really, really kind of like the energy was like a very much so uncertain, you know, and you don't like when the energy is uncertain, you know, for many different reasons. You don't like it. It's not only you, but signs, people in general don't like when the energy is like kind of uncertain. When I say uncertain energy, it's like very difficult to pinpoint, you know, like which direction to go, which path to follow. And of course this happens when we are kind of placed in a certain box, you know, and kind of like when it comes to our plans, you know, this has all kind of been tempered with, and it's nothing even to do with us. Kind of it stopped us halfway there, completing an important path, completing an important journey, you see, having this wonderful completion, but it much so affected you pretty much so on a very, very high level. So you have found yourself like a halfway there, and that in itself kind of stopped you, blocked you, and it also kind of made you feel like a little bit disorientated. This energy was pretty much so evident in your lives, my gorgeous Geminis, for the past 12 months or so. This is nothing new and it's nothing unusual, but it's just in the last like about, you know, few months, you know, these energies have been felt, you know, on a much larger scale. And I know you have been affected by it, but then again at the same time, you know, from tomorrow onwards, you know, from the 9th until the 16th of February, this is going to start like really, it's going to start disappearing slowly, but something is at the same time going to become unearthed to you. Something is going to become evident to you. Something is going to become absolutely obvious to you at the same time. You just need to remember that you need to be honest with yourself, because there is something that is persistently like blocking you to move on, which is a lot to do with other things, but then at the same time you need to be honest with yourself, because there is something not working quite right around you, around your life. But you know that you just need to be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, you're not going to make that necessary move, and that necessary move is ever so important for you, so much, because it is connected to the learning experience. It's almost as if you kind of like tried things into your life lives. You brought things into your life. You tried to do these particular things, you know, in your life, but maybe they no longer work for yourself. So that's why this is the moment of truth, when you need to be honest with yourself. Be honest, be very open-minded, but also at the same time you need to be quite courageous, you know. It is just maybe, you know, the certain change that it started, that you took on, maybe just wasn't, you know, it didn't come out to be the way you wanted it to be. So now this is just like all about the timing. So, you know, watch what you're going to feel at around the 11th, 12th and the 13th of February 2021, specifically, my gorgeous Geminis, because not only you're going to have a really powerful answer to your question, you know, you're also at the same time you're going to have a confirmation. It's going to be connected to the move that you're going to have, that is going to become quite obvious by the 16th of February, but then again it is just going to become the beginning of the change. It's not going to happen then and there, but you will know what to do. And you just need to remember, my gorgeous Gemini, to follow your own path, to follow your own dreams, to follow your own journey. You know, you only need to be, you need to stay true to yourself. And that's something that you need to do. This is something where you need to start. I'm not saying that you haven't been true to yourself, but I'm just saying, like, almost like you were trying to do something, but it's just kind of not getting where you think that it would get. It's just bringing you down. So now this is most certainly going to become obvious, but also at the same time, you know, you are going to have a solution to this problem, to this negativity, and you're going to be able to reflect on this in a completely different way. And this is why things are going to be really, really interesting for you. I do have to understand that I do have to explain, sorry, my gorgeous Gemini, that you need to embrace true love, okay, and deep, intimate, like, friendships, you know. This is very important when it comes to communication, very important when it comes to people in your life, very important when it comes to people around you. Communicate, express yourself, express how you feel, express what you want to do next, express what you're doing right now. There is a lot that you're going to gain through this, not only through communication, but also when it comes to the certain ideas, because there's one particular idea that is going to like really be placed right in front of you when you least expect it, from the person that you would at least expect to give you such a great idea, for whichever reason this is, actually, you know. But also on another hand, you know, I really like this when it comes to the energy, you know, like in general, when it comes to feeling re-energized. So this is something that is going to be quite wonderful. And it's also important to understand that this is the same energy that is going to make you feel very inspirational. It's also going to be the same energy which is also like the power for your own manifestation. So just be as open-minded as you can, but also stay true to yourself by keeping firmly your legs on the ground, you know. Very important indeed. To say that this is to do a lot with a vibrant health and also an important recovery. It's going to become obvious. An important recovery, it's going to happen at the same time. You are going to be really questioning yourself. Oh my God, which choice to make, what to do, blah, 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 and things like that. Let me tell you, you need to make a choice directly from the heart. Don't ask Sheila, don't ask Melissa, don't ask Jane, don't ask Mark, don't ask John, don't ask George, you know. Don't ask Georgina. You know, you need to make the actual choice from the heart. Just remember this, my gorgeous Gemini. It's all going to make sense, my babies, like there is no tomorrow. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of this week, tarot card of this stage, of this period, in between the 9th and the 16th of February 2021. 8 of Pentacles. Hello, my babies. This is nothing unusual. Just remember to stay committed to the tasks at hand, because you're going to have a bit of a a little test, but this is a good test, okay? This is a brilliant test, because now at least you know, my babies. And the test that is going to happen is going to manifest in such a way, like, oh, I can't do this anymore, oh, I can't focus, oh, I can't, like, oh no, it's too much to do. there is a lot going to be going on emotionally in this stage and period without you even realizing. And to stay on top of everything, just remember it's to do a lot with the self-transcendence, like through maybe the certain exercise and things like that. There is a lot that you can do in order to help yourself, but this is all part of the little tricky trick that you are going to have. Just remember, stay committed to the task at hand, and you are going to have an important reward. But before that happens, my babies, you need to understand that you will be tested in such a way where before you get this important tilt, before you get this important moment, important point, it's just one little challenge that you are going to have. And before that happens, you're going to feel like, oh my, I can't do this anymore, oh my god. Just remember what Sashita said, of course you bloody can. Yes, you can do it. Just remember. And it's going to be like, oh, I can't do this anymore, and then very soon after that, number 7 will be very meaningful when it comes to the time span. Just remember, number 7 is going to be very important, which is also a rather strong angel number. You will know when you have that moment of tilt, that you are actually going to have a very, very specific reward after that moment in time, and it's not going to be that long. It's number 7 when it comes to the actual time span. And I want to say that this moment is going to bring you the option, the opportunity like that you could only dream about when it comes to your own personal expansion, and when it comes to things that you are doing right now, but also most important when it comes to promotion and taking them on the next level. So this is your little challenge that you are going to have, but most certainly it's going to lead towards something very, very powerful here, very significant. You are going to surprise yourself in the best possible way, and especially when it comes to your own ability to do things. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what the spirit is going to say to you, my gorgeous Gemini, what your spirit message is. Oh, make sure that you're not being led astray. There is a little secret temptation that you're going to have, my gorgeous Geminis. What is this secret temptation? You need to let me know in the comments. But most certainly, make sure that you're not being led astray because of the secret temptation. Okay, so there's a very important lesson that you're going to learn at the same time. Remember the 5th of September, no, the 5th of November, no, not that, Sasha, move on. No, remember to actually, when you feel the secret temptation, something is going to be telling you, no, don't do it, and then you're going to remember Sashita's words, and then you're going to remember my words. This is just like a little lesson that you're going to learn through this by avoiding the unnecessary situation in your life. So just make sure that you're not led astray. Okie dokie. So the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. Cancerini, it's about you really need to move on now. You need to start making certain changes. It is the time of progress, but the time of progress very much so and very often happen to us in our lives when we actually least expected. Sometimes when we put our energy towards something so much, so intensely, we just the energy is not good anymore, you see, and it's not as effective anymore. I'm not saying it's not good to put energy towards things, but sometimes when we are planning too much, when we focus too much, we are thrown out of balance, and then the waters become a little bit murky, and then everything starts becoming a little bit more difficult because we tend to overanalyze and we tend to overthink things at the same time. So I want to say to you, it's very important for you to remember that, it is time to actually move on. You're gonna need to see what this is, my gorgeous Cancerinis. This is a very important time for you because you are focusing towards life that you shouldn't be giving so much energy towards. You need to find where the balance is, and you also at the same time you just move away yourself from the darkness. Please don't get me wrong. The energy is very intense. intense, the energy is very different, the energy is very bizarre, and some of the signs that are emotionally charged, and emotions are very powerful energy indeed, because through our emotions we get to know things, we get to know a lot, we are projecting a lot, you know. But at the same time, you're able to attach yourself and you're able to feel exactly like kind of what is going on, like on the bigger picture around the world perhaps, and what is kind of drawing you out of balance without even realizing. You need to find a really important middle in between these two things, my gorgeous Cancerinis, and this is exactly what you are going to do. You're going to find an important middle right in between, and this is where things are going to start appearing for you. Something is literally going to appear right in front of you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, and I really, really like it. And I'm talking about the actual 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and the 15th of February 2021. Something is going to appear right in front of you, and it's not maybe what you're gonna think straight away, but it's more about how you're gonna start feeling and what feelings and emotions are going to be born within you at the same time, because it's pretty much so to do with the light at the end of the tunnel, but also some kind of passion and the hidden part of you that you maybe haven't been paying attention to too much, maybe lately over the last 24 months. And this is also going to be a very strong sign when it comes to the direction, when it comes to the confirmation, and when it comes to the actual idea, which is going to become quite remarkably significant at around the 16th of February. It's not only about the opportunity that you're going to be aware of, but it's the idea at the same time. This is pretty much so you allowing yourself to be who you are, using your own intuition, using your own uniqueness, and just taking the next step in your life. This is going to bring lots of new feelings and emotions within you, and it's going to start pinpointing down towards the very, very beautiful change and the specific direction, which is going to surprise you, but it's most certainly going to become super evident all the way in June and July 2021. So this is only going to be the beginning, but a very big and important stage is actually going to manifest in June and July 2021. And let me tell you, this is going to lead somewhere big. Let me tell you, this is going to lead somewhere massive. Let me tell you, this is going to lead somewhere enormous, in particular when it comes to you making like one of the biggest changes of your lives, my gorgeous Cancerini, like most certainly. On another hand, you know, very good news, very important news when it comes to the personal security and when it comes to the personal safety, you know, when it comes to the finances, but also like security and power in the future. On another hand, you will know that, you know, you will feel the need to move on, and you need to see which parts of your lives are making you feel like you need to move on, you know. But then at the same time, it's, you know, this is going to be like a gift of God, you know, for you, like a blessing, because the energy is going to be superb. And just remember, we are going to be like a mind-blowing little problem solvers throughout this time stage period, purely because we're having like a new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquamarine, which is going to give us the necessary enthusiasm, energy, and the power to think outside the box, the power to express ourselves in a slightly different way, but also to make a move, you know, with a snap of our little fingers, you know. This is all what this energy is actually going to do. On another hand, you're gonna feel like you want more out of life than what you are experiencing, and that is going to lead towards a powerful spiritual quest, very powerful spiritual quest, where you gonna most certainly choose to make big life changes, you know. And this is gonna lead towards the changes in priority, but also very big change when it comes to your home, and very big change when it comes to your immediate environment. And what is this going to be? It's going to be very interesting, my gorgeous Cancerini, but you can talk to me about it in comments below. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card for this stage, tarot card for this period. Okay, And it's, oh my lord, bam, dun, dun, dun. It's the world. I mean, come on, this is mind-blowing. This is about completing the cycle, baby. This is about having the right balance. This is about finding out very important things about yourself. This is about having an important capacity to move on. This is about the actual absolutely ooh la la, varavumish news, information that you're going to have. And this is going to make you feel so great, because it is so much to do with your own success, with your own accomplishment, which is going to show you these possibilities and abilities about yourself that you're going to recognize. They're going to be very, very important later on. But this is going to be a very, very significant start that you are going to have. You are going to be wondering about something, like some specific situation is going to be like yes or no, yes or no. My babies, most certainly at this moment in time, the answer is yes. But this is bringing you success. You're going to hear about it, about your own accomplishment from the past, but also at the same time, what you're focusing about, and that Varavumish feeling that you're going to have about making necessary moves and things like that. You know, this is something that you should pay attention to, because this card is telling you that you are going to have a specific personal answers within yourself that are going to be shining rather brightly. So you will know what specific situations you should most certainly move towards to. Okay, so now my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what is going to be your spirit card for this stage. What is your message from the spirits? What is your message from the spirits? What is your message from the spirits? Okay, so now, oh wow, Ascendant Masters. I mean, this is remarkable. Pay attention to signs, pay attention how you feel, because it is going to be the moment that you're going to have. It's going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be fully aware of the secret dimensions. You're going to be fully aware of the different dimensions, but also someone very powerful is going to be around you. Someone very significant, someone from a completely different world, somebody from a completely different dimension. You know what I want to say to you, that spirit from a different dimension, you know, of course from a different dimensions, there's so many different dimensions indeed, but this particular is going to be very significant, because the more you open, the more you talk, the more you explain yourself, the more evidence you will have that somebody is around you and that somebody is protecting you. And if you have a problems, like things that are bringing you down, making you feel so like, oh my God, I'm scared, no baby, no, you should not be scared, because most certainly you are going to be doing the right things, and you're going to be saying the right things, and you're going to be surprising yourself like, oh my God, I can't believe I said this, I can't believe I said that, but in the best possible way. You're going to realize how clever and how smart and how powerful you are. The more you express yourself, the more you explain yourself, the more you're going to get out of it, the more you're going to understand about your specific situation, my gorgeous Cancerini. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. I love you so much, my gorgeous Leonis, and I'm saying this again, I know it is not easy. You are one of the signs that have been affected quite a lot, but you just need to remember to keep going and keep going and keep going. This moment in time that we're all ludicrously going through, it's like very crazy, purely because, you know, it is just the energy out there. It's like kind of like very much so bizarre, it's very much so strange, but it's not only about that, it's just the energy that none of us are actually used to. You in particular are getting affected by this energy, because it's not something like, as I said, that you are used to, but also it has been kind of affecting you in a way where you were doing things, but you kind of felt your own sensitivity while you were doing so. And this in itself, it's only sign to just keep going and stay true to yourself, but also at the same time pay attention to what is happening around you, because like a little bit of a devilish energy. It's having a ball at the moment. And when it comes to the devilish energy, you know, it's just a lot to do with like maybe people in our lives who are knowing exactly what we do. Like they know that, for example, you're doing the right things, but then you're saying the right things, but then at the same time, you know, it's almost like a feeling like of choke, like someone is trying to like kind of stop you. I know it sounds scary, please, oh God, you know, but it's like more like the energy of like a feeling choke, as somebody's trying to prevent you like from maybe being yourself, from expressing yourself, explaining yourself. But you are going to feel this so much. It is very important to stay aware of everything I said so far, but also at the same time to be very smart and to be very clever, because you are about to step into the new direction, my gorgeous Leonis, and you're not even realizing things. This week is going to be super relevant and super important for you to express yourself as much as you can, but also at the same time stay aware and be aware of things and people around you that are maybe going to surprise you a little bit, and it's going to kind of blow you away out of like your own like kind of energy a little bit. But then this is going to be super significant when it comes to you protecting yourself by doing the right things, because you will know kind of which people to avoid, and you will also at the same time know which paths to follow. This is very important for you to understand that you are, when I say that you're going to feel a little moment of sensitivity, you're also going to have a really sacred karmic reward. But as long as you're expressing yourself, and as long as you're saying as long as you're saying the things the way they are and staying true to yourself, this is very, very important. Okay, but on another hand, my gorgeous Leonis, I want to say that this time it's going to be remarkable, as I said, without even realizing. For once, you know, at around the 11th, 12th and the 13th, look what is going to be appearing. Look what is going to appear right in front of you. And the moment of change, the moment of the confirmation, the moment when you're going to realize your own power. But most importantly, that stage is going to be directly connected to the new portal being open for you, which is also going to have a very strong connection to the actual end of that week. On the 16th of the actual February 2021, you will know that something absolutely mind-blowing is going to slowly start kind of like entering in your life. But it's entirely down to you how you're going to take this situation and how you're going to take this further. It is going to require from you to brush up on the actual experience that you have, and it's going to require from you to dig a little bit further, to dig a little bit deeper. There are certain informations that you're going to need to find out, and this is certain informations are just so important before you go any further, because these specific informations are going to change quite a lot with the way you think. But this is important. This is all going to be the part of your process, my gorgeous Leonis. You're gonna find this, oh my God, this week like super relevant, you know, when it comes to like you will know how you're gonna reward yourself, and you will know that it's the time to reward yourself. But also it's a lot going to become clear. I know it's only 1 week, it's only a short week, but then again, at the same time, a lot is going to be clear, because now this week is going to be super important when it comes to you making like probably one of the biggest decisions of your life, my gorgeous Leonis, and you will see exactly what I mean. But it's to do with you. Look, I'm jumping all the way now from this stage and period, because it's karmically very strong and connected. This is why I get so excited about this, because by the time you get to August and September, in particular August, it's going to be like enormous, like huge, massive for you when it comes to things that have been happening right now. But a huge change, the biggest change of your life that happened in a long time, it's going to happen in August 2021. But this, what's happening this week, is going to be super relevant. So you really just, whatever you do, just make sure that you are moving forward with your life. Make sure that you're thinking about the things that are like kind of preventing preventing you to move on, but also those things that are bringing you down are also going to be just as important for you, because they're slowly karmically coming to an end, and that in itself is going to return into your own power, and it's going to give you courage, energy, opposed to like a bringing you down. So now, my gorgeous Leonis, finally, when it comes to emotions and when it comes to problems, you will be able to express yourself to someone very important in your life as well. And you will want to put your foot down, and I can see you putting your foot down, and it's important to put your foot down. So you will really express yourself to somebody very important in your life by putting your foot down. And it's time to put your foot down, because you know it is going to create a bit of like, oh God, you know, but then again the problem, the negativity, it's actually going to be resolved. You know, the certain specific negativity became like a karmic baggage to you, in between you and somebody else. So you are gonna really need to put your foot down in such a way where you just express yourself how you feel, really, you know, and that's all what you need to do. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Leonis, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Oh, Six of Swords, of course, like a sadness. No, I'm joking. No, it's not necessarily, but it's just basically, you know, it's like the part of your life that you don't want anymore, the part of your life that no longer serves you. Now it's going to become evident, because you will see what is slowly coming to an end, but also, most importantly, this is going to be great for you, because it's going to help you to make really important decisions, you know. So there are going to be three specific elements of your life, three specific parts of your life that you are going to be focusing on, that they're making you feel tired, they're draining your energy, and you know, two of them are your own success, you know, which is kind of affecting your self-esteem and courageous energy. But then again, the third one is a lot to do with your emotions. You know, it looks like that you need to kind of sort things out. Above everything else, above all, it's more about your emotional balance, and it's more about you realizing maybe that the things are not as bad as you thought, and or as negative as you thought, but it's more about you expressing yourself to somebody else. This is very, 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 very important when it comes to you, and when it comes to your emotional balance. Whether this is like the person in your life, like you know, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, or whether this is your child, whether this is your best friend, you know, whether this is somebody who means to you so much, because the best friends are like a family in our lives, you know. And this is why I say this, you know, it's very, very important for you to actually express yourself. You need to sort out the problem in between you and somebody else. This is more important than ever, because the energy is dragging, and it's unnecessarily affecting you. But also, on the one hand, you have got a very specific and powerful message for that person in your life, and that person in your life have got also very powerful and specific message to you, which is going to be like a wake-up call for both of you, but also it's going to help you to see the promise where you didn't see the promise before. And it's a lot to do with a new beginning, inspiration, positive energy, and power. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Leonis, okay, so now, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm just going to see what is going to be your spirit card for this stage, for this period. Lara, the spirit goes Lara. Okay, the spirit called Lara, Lara. Lara is a wonderful person, was a wonderful person. She's a beautiful spirit. There is something very significant about her hair. There's something very specific about her hair, like this, okay, like this. And it's also something very specific about her eyes, something very unusual or different and beautiful about her eyes as well. And Lara is a wonderful, beautiful, very gentle spirit. And it's also pretty much so connected to the person letter R for Robert, you know. A person with letter S, R, S are also very much so strongly connected to the spirit called Lara. And Lara is sending her sending her love, but it's also trying to help you to realize that there is an emotional problem that you're going to need to deal with. This emotional problem is at the same time going to change your life, Lara is saying, but also at the same time, you know, you need to understand that this is going to help you to see the picture, you know, the different picture, because that emotional problem that you're going to have, it's going to bring the puzzle in your life, the missing puzzle in your life, which is going to happen to you and manifest a few days later. Once the missing puzzle is landed on the picture is going to be completely different. This is why this is so important, okay? And this is what Lara has to say. And also, on another hand, your third psychic eye is going to be pretty much so very powerful throughout this stage, throughout this period. And you will surprise yourself. But by surprising yourself, you need to know that you will see the specific part of you that you need to work on. And it's more like the ability than anything else. More than the ability than anything else. You are putting too much energy towards there, but you need to pay attention to this, and this. You see what I mean? Very important. And oh my God, look, and I get the energy signature. I'm just like pretty much on, like now, I can feel the spirit so much today, like my Lord. But now look, I've just mentioned the energy, and you see here, this oracle card is saying to you that it's about the energy signature. Energy is going to be very important. Pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to your signs, pay attention how you feel, because your subconscious mind guiding you. This is also an energy, but then at the same time, the past is in the present. The past is in the present. The past is in the present. You are not doing something that you should be doing. You're not focusing. You're not focusing on something that you should be focusing on. Okay, very important. Something from the past that used to make you feel really good, really great, you forgot to do. And now this is going to be, you're going to have a moment when you're going to be reminded what this is. Okay, and it's an important part of you that most certainly you should take it on. And that is also going to bring you a very, very powerful insight into your lives. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini. Before I do Virgolini, I'm going to be 1 secondini. I'm going to be 1 second. Okay. Can you hear my throat? Oh Lord. Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. My gorgeous Virgolini, you are gonna have a hallelujah moment. That's why I am singing about hallelujah, because you will have a hallelujah moment. It is just going to make you feel so good. It's going to make you feel so vibrant. It's going to make you feel so excited. And you are at the same time going to find the missing part of yourself. And once you find the missing part of yourself, everything is going to click like there is no tomorrow. My babies, it's about the confirmation that you're going to have. The confirmation that you're going to have, it's going to help you realize that you're not crazy. I'm not saying that you were thinking that you were crazy, but like really moment you will be able to prove with this, you know, that all this time you were absolutely right. So of course this is pretty much so connected to the many different elements of your life that are going to come through to you this week as a sign of an absolutely mind-blowing, a remarkable confirmation. Pretty much so, you know, it's to do with your own accomplishment that you're going to hear about. Pretty much so it's about the ability, like about your own ability, you know, that is just going to need a bit more attention. But then at the same time, you know, you are going to basically really have such an impactful moment, because by the time we get to the actual 16th of February 2021, it is not only about the opportunity, it is not only about the new beginning that you're going to have, but it's going to be the start of something absolutely mind-blowing. The way you're going to feel prior to this moment, the way this is going to make you feel, it's going to be remarkable, because you know it's going to be very optimistic time, opposed to being quite low, you know, opposed to being quite negative. And I'm saying that, you know, you expected the turnaround of the specific situation to be maybe in a certain way, like a negative way. So now you're really going to have a quite wonderful and really nice surprise. The days in particular to pay attention to, of course, it's going to be the 11th, 12th, the 13th and 14th and the 15th of February 2021. Because on the 11th of February, you're going to feel very strange. You're going to feel really bizarre. You're going to feel really unusual. But this specific energy is just going to get you places in your mind where you haven't been in like many years. And that in itself is just going to create such a powerful moment of enlightenment. And direction, my babies, is going to be shown at that moment in time. You are, I've seen this before in your monthly reading. This is mind-blowing moment in time, because you are gonna see things for what they are, but in such a way where there are going to be the surprises that you are going to have along this week. But most importantly, you're gonna find yourself on the path, you're gonna find yourself on the journey, and it's all about the actual confirmation and realization about the new beginning and you moving on with your life. You will see exactly what is making you feel unhappy, and you will see exactly this week what is bringing you down. But most importantly, it's about recognizing and realizing exactly what you should do. And this is only the beginning, my gorgeous Virgolinis, most certainly right now at this moment in time. I repeat that the days 11th, 12th, the 13th and 14th and 15th are going to be absolutely super specific when it comes to everything that I said, because the opportunity that you're going to have by the 16th of February, it's all going to be connected to the wake-up call, but also it's going to be connected to your own confirmation. It's this the change that you wanted to do, but you weren't able to kind of go through. You were waiting for this specific moment, you were waiting for this specific situation, you were waiting for this specific outcome, you were waiting for this specific answer, and most certainly it's coming. And I'm so excited for you, because now again, you're basically gonna have a very important conversation with somebody who means to you so much in your life. Whether this is gonna be your best friend, or whether this is going to be your brother, your sister, if you've got one, whether this is going to be a family member, any family member, you know, but somebody who means to you so much is going to have a very strong and very specific conversation with you. And what you're gonna have, it's just like a really important realization through that person, because you're gonna be told something something as well. And what you're going to be told, it's going to kind of surprise you, but then at the same time, as the time goes by, it's going to make sense. It's more like an idea, it's more like a suggestion, but it's also the time of the realization, like it's like a green light to move on in order to actually, you will know what to do in order to protect yourself and in order to protect the people around you, but most importantly, in order when it comes to the stepping forward towards the dimension, what is actually about to change your life, like literally. I repeat that, you know, this time is going to be super important when it comes to you actually starting a new stage in your lives, but it's all going to happen at the right moment in time when this specific energy is going to be super enhanced at around the 11th of February, and that in itself is going to bring something within you. It's going to awake something within you. This is the great time of the spiritual awakening, and many different types of awakenings when it comes to Virgolinis, and you will see like, oh my god, why didn't I do this before? Why was I waiting for such a long time? Why didn't I act in this way like before? No, baby, no. It happens when it's meant to happen, and it happens when according to our own spiritual journey, according to things that we go through, according to our karma. So don't worry about it. You know, it's just like almost like, oh my god, the missing part of you, something so relevant, something so powerful and so important in your life that you're not doing and you're not focusing on. And this is going to become evident at this moment in time. You will know exactly what to do, my gorgeous Virgolinis, but I'm so happy because it's going to open your eyes. It's going to like kind of confirm the certain direction, and there is also going to be an important time span that you are going to have. This is going to be connected to an important move, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that you are going to have, which is going to be again specifically significant at around June 2021, and then again by the time we get to September 2021, this is slowly going to start happening. You're going to be able to see it, you're going to be able to connect to it, you're going to be able to live it. So now I just need you to pay attention to my gorgeous Virgolinis, like what is persistently on your mind, and also do not bring yourself down whatsoever, because the time is going to be very strange, and because you are very psychic yourself, we are very psychic ourselves, we can kind of like really get affected by these energies because it kind of draws us in, you know, into all sorts of different dimensions, because we benefit from earthly energies like there is no tomorrow. But on another hand, when it's a lot happening, then we are also are kind of affected by them. The moment when we're going to feel like we are set free, it's most certainly going to happen. And that moment, it's also more about our mental balance, our spiritual balance, our personal balance. You know, it's more going to affect all these three things than anything else, but most certainly it's going to be the part of the very great and important perspective which is going to become obvious by the 16th of February 2021. We're going to see something, we're going to connect to the certain part of ourselves that we will keep on living it behind, we will keep on living it behind. So what we will keep on living behind, what you will keep on waiting for, what you will keep on dreaming to happen, you know the door are about to open, and it's entirely up to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, to step through, to move forward in your life and get to this dimension where you should get. The new portal, it's about to open for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and it's all about you trusting yourself, you know, because I can see that the specific like kind of challenges that you are going to have at around this time, it's going to be more like, oh, I'm not too sure if it's the right time. No, baby, no. Do not overthink and do not overanalyze. I have to say this, I have to repeat this again, because it's very important not to overthink and overanalyze this specific period and time. It's so deep, it's going to be so intense, but we just, in order to make the most of it, just like anything that comes to you, any specific situation, any specific information, any specific realization, you know, that makes you feel excited, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel brilliant. And also when it comes with an element of like, oh yeah, I'm just going to wait for the right time. No, baby, no. The right time is now. Let me tell you, you will recognize how powerful you are, how different you are, how special you are, and how magical life can be. You're going to get a glimpse of how magical life can be. And this is the path. This is the journey. This this is the perspective I need you to follow. Just remember, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that you are going to get a glimpse of how life could be. You do not keep it aside. You do not like kind of bury it in the ground and move on. You do not say to yourself, oh yeah, I'll get back to this. No, baby, no. The power of our mind is so important and it's so powerful, just as much as it's powerful like me doing this, taking this candle. The power of our mind can do just that with the actual energy. So if you block yourself from achieving something, it's not going to happen. So be very optimistic, and the things like a daily affirmations and things like that are going to be playing an important role here throughout this time. So just make sure that you're using certain daily affirmations and also like kind of like a focusing yourself through that, because this is also expanding our own way of thinking in many different ways that is too difficult to explain, because it's rather complex, but most certainly and most importantly, it's taking you to the right direction. You will have a very strange and unusual experience, my gorgeous Virgolinis, this week, but this strange and unusual experience is going to be directly responsible to set you on the path, to set you on the journey. And the 11th of February and the 12th of February, when you have that experience, it's like going to answer so many questions to you without you even realizing. You will know what to do, you will know where to go, you will know what your next step is going to be. For the first time in a long time, you're going to feel this womanish little baby coming out of you, like, hello, I'm here, take me, I'm going to make you happy. And this is exactly what you need to do. Okay, very, very important. And the decision that you're gonna feel, that decision that you're gonna make, it's gonna be remarkable. It's gonna motivate you, you know. It's the motivation that you're gonna get in general throughout this stage, throughout this period. Just pay attention to what is motivating you. Because a very interesting part of you is going to come out, where you're going to find out something very beautiful about yourself, something that you didn't know before. And that is going to start the process of realization, the process of expansion, the process of the new direction. So, but just please try to, every time when you're like kind of like a thinking, or you're focusing, or you're meditating, like where your mind goes, you know, what makes you feel good, what you kind of end up thinking about when you're not thinking, you know, type of thing. Just all these things are going to be playing an important role. Okay, so this week it's going to bring you, this week is going to bring you an amazing motivation, you know, inspiration, you know, just basically see from the beginning of the week what is motivating you. Like, oh my God, like anything that is motivating you, just remember this is also at the same time going to bring you a sacred spiritual key. So what is motivating you? It's going to bring you a spiritual key, which is ultimately going to open the door with possibilities that you don't know that you actually have so far. So this is where things are going to become motivating. What is interesting? What is motivating you? What is inspiring you? And also just remember, oh my God, now more than ever, you expressing yourself and explaining yourself, okay? It's going to be more important than ever, because that also in itself, it's going to help you to kind of like go towards the certain ambition that is very important to you in your life, in particular when it comes to taking a leadership role. When it comes to taking the leadership role in your life, my gorgeous Virgolinis, like now, most certainly throughout this week, you know, you are going to surprise yourself the way, the courage that you are going to feel and the way you're going to react, and you will feel so great and you will feel so good that you will wish like, oh, I wish I always feel like this. But it doesn't matter what you're going through. It's a sacred moment in time, and it's also going to help you to have an important step into the spotlight. What is going to happen this week, it's going to be directly connected for you to step into the spotlight. Just remember. So this is why it's so important to direct your energy towards things that are bringing you up, not towards things that are bringing you down. Direct your energy towards things that are making you feel good, not towards things that are bringing you down. You see, it's very important. On another hand, you know, speaking and expressing yourself when it comes to public speaking or expressing yourself, it's really important. And also, on another hand, just remember to keep your eyes on the big picture. Keep your eyes on the big picture, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you know, and at the same time, communicate your vision. Don't be sensitive to criticism. I need you to remind you this. Don't be too sensitive to criticism, because your criticism is going to be like a little gold this week for you. Somebody is going to criticize you, and this is going to be brilliant, because this criticizing that you are going to have, there is also going to be the specific missing information that you are going to get out of it. And once you get this missing information out of it, my Lord, it's going to be remarkable. You will be able to connect and to reconnect, and you will also be able to see things around you, what to do, but in particular in what order. You know, you will know exactly what to do in what order, and the actual order is going to surprise you. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay, what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Virgolinis? Six of Pentacles, like of course, you know, you are, just remember that you're going to be also tested a little bit this week, but on another hand, you know, what you do and what you pay attention to, it's going to go a long way. When it comes to communicating your vision, it is very important to stress that actually expressing yourself on one hand, but then on another hand, keep certain things to yourself just for now. You will know what to express, you will know what to explain, but for the certain ideas, just for now, you should be keeping them to yourself when it comes to the ideas. On another hand, it is very important to express yourself when it comes to the people around you. There will be the situation where group of people will not to be sure what to do, and these people are important people in your life, whether these are like people who you work with, or whether this is people like your family members, or whether these are your best friends, you know, but a group of people is really going to need you. They're going to require your help. They're gonna need your energy. They're gonna find your energy very beneficial, but most importantly, you are gonna be very much so important for this group of people, because you contain the magic information that this group of people will need. So whether this is like a family, or whether this is like a group of people at work, it doesn't matter. Your energy is going to be superb and very significant and very rewarding. What you're going to do here, and what you're going to make, and the turn you're going to do here, the turning point you're going to start without even realizing, you will be rewarded for this so much. And on another hand, you know, a little surprise, because you just thought like, oh, maybe I'm going to stop this, maybe I'm going to stop that, and something didn't work that great, something didn't work that brilliant, something didn't move on for a while in your life, and you will like keep on blaming yourself. But you know what, it's going to start flowing, it's going to start moving, and this is nothing unusual. So when it comes to having ideas, when it comes to being motivated, in particular when it comes to money, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, you know, the more you work on these things, the more you're going to get out of it. But also when it comes to financial problem, you are most certainly going to have a very important and powerful solution, which is going to also be rather rewarding for you in so many different ways. Just let me tell you, the vision, you will have a vision. This vision is so important, because you will know, you will feel it very strongly, my gorgeous Virgolinis. And the vision that you're going to have, it's like so much for you to just start to thinking about it. It's like the starting point, like what to do in order to secure yourself for your life later on. Someone is also going to surprise you. Someone very specific in your life, somebody very important in your life is going to tell you something, and what they're going to tell you, first of all, is going to surprise you, but then later on it's just going to become an important part of yourself, because it's going to be connected to an idea and a new beginning as well. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards. Okay. And there is a spirit of John here Spirit of John, my gorgeous Virgolinis. There is a Spirit of John here. There's a pretty much number 9 connected to this wonderful spirit so much. And John is also, there is other number, which is number 7, connected to this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful spirit. And John is just sending his love, and it's just saying to you to stay strong, that this is a very unusual time that we are going through. This is a very uncertain time that we are going through. But you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, are going to have a very important moment coming up, and that moment is just going to help you to come to yourself. And once you come to yourself, nothing is going to be the same anymore. And when I say nothing is going to be the same anymore, you will most certainly see what is on the other side of the mirror. You will see what is on the other side of the road. You will see what is on the other side of the door. You will see what is on the other side of the spiritual bridge. My God, you have no idea how much you're actually going to grow this week, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because you know, it's just going to be like very surprising, but also at the same time it's going to be brilliant, because purely you will be following your own feelings and emotions indeed. As I said, the Spirit of John is right here, and he's sending his love, but at the same time he wants you to know that this week is going to be quite strange, but most certainly an incredible outcome by the end of the actual 16th of February. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards now, and I'm going to see what is going to be your oracle card, your angel card, your spirit card now. Okay, create sacred space, clear and activate. This is so important, my Lord. Like, make sure that you like kind of do things around you. I know this sounds really bizarre, I know this sounds really weird, but try to find like a little sacred place. You know, sacred place could be in your home, it could be in the garden, it could be in the forest, it could be by the sea, it could be by the lake. You know, when you find your sacred place, you also need to know at the same time that this is going to be super important for your own balance when it comes to meditation, when it comes to grounding, when it comes to planning, because when you find yourself in this dimension and energy, you know, the things are flowing so much freely, you know, and this is so significant when it comes to us recognizing exactly what we should do. So this is all connected. But on another hand, this is an important sign to pay attention to things around you, pay attention to like kind of like what you need to change in your immediate environment. Is so important for your own energy. While you're changing things in your immediate environments, changing pictures, changing flowers, changing plants, even cleaning the house, you know, you at the same time you're going to start a process of this vibration, which is also going to magnify your energy when it comes to you having a courage, but also that in itself is going to be pretty much so superb for you when it comes to realizing perspectives around you that you wouldn't normally realize. So at the same time, you're going to be creating this energy, which is just like while you're cleaning, while you're changing things. The bottom line is, while you're cleaning, while you're changing things, while you're moving things, at the same time, you're going to be bouncing off this amazing, incredible energy that is magnetically going to start bringing things into your life when it comes to the ideas that you wouldn't normally have. So this is why this is sacred, and this is why it's so important for you to understand how everything is literally connected. Okay, so now before I do Libra, I'm going to be just one second. Coffee. Libera, Libera. Coffee, coffee. Oh, sorry. I hope I haven't got coffee lips. Sorry, see, I have to do my throat. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Libera, Libera. Libera, 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 Libera. Libera, 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 Libera. Libera, 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 Libera. Libera, Libera, Libera. Libera, 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 Libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, raise your vibration, libera, libera. Libera, 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 libera. Raise your vibration, libera, 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 libera. Libera, libera, libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera. Woo! My gorgeous Libra, I love you so, so, so much. You know, I want to say that this week is going to be like super significant for you, because you need to remember that something, it's like basically the situation is going to appear, which is going to seem like, oh my God, not again. Sorry. The situation is going to appear, and it's going to make you feel like, oh God, not again. You know, and this is going to happen actually within the first couple of days this week. And I want to say to you, I want you to know that, you know, it's going to have so many different elements attached to it. You know, it's going to cause like a little bit of emotional confusion, and it's also going to make you feel just like a little bit disorientated. But this is so important, because the more disorientated you're actually feeling towards the 11th of February, the more impactful time you are going to have, and the more you will know what to do. I do know that the energy on the 11th of February is going to be super intense when it comes to you, and it's going to confuse you, but most certainly you will know throughout that day something is going to come to you, something is going to become so obvious, the direction, the dimension, the path, the choice, the option, the opportunity, that most certainly you should kind of go for it. 11th and 12th are going to be just as important. Let me just tell you, it's going to be obvious on the 11th, but 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th of February are all going to be super significant and super important when it comes to you recognizing the certain element and the certain part of your life that you should be paying attention to. And this is going to be connected to other things, like, for example, bringing you an insight and connecting you to the vision, connecting you and reconnecting you to the part of yourself that you should be paying attention to, something that you have kind of like left behind, but because you have found yourself disorientated in the sea of darkness perhaps, and also like in the sea of not being certain about the future, which affected every single one of us. This was all playing like a certain role when it comes to this. So most certainly this is brilliant, because I need you to understand that by the time you get to the 16th of the actual February, you will have the courage, you will have the power, you will have the self-esteem, and you will have the confidence to deal with something so annoying in your life, something that was bringing you down, and it was creating so much negativity and so much uncertainty, and you didn't know what to do. And you will deal with this, and it's going to surprise you where this is actually going to take you. Almost immediately there is going to be surprise how you're going to feel, but also let alone the fact that this is going to be your own wake-up call, because it's connected to the vision that you are going to have. And once you have this vision, you will understand the promise and the outcome, you know, that you wouldn't normally understand. And this is pretty much so connected to the new beginning option and the focus that you are going to have at the same time. Just follow your own energy by focusing on things that are making you feel really creative, because by following your own creativity, you're also going to have this moment, you know, this week, by the end of this week, by following your own creativity, you will be shown the way, you will be shown the direction, like it's going to be right in your face. But there's going to be so many different elements like connected to it that you wouldn't normally realize, and that is going to show you how much you have spiritually grown. You're going to hear an information, Libra, 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 Libera, 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 Libera. Pam, pam, libera, libera. Now you're gonna hear an important an important information, and I'm so happy because it's to do with you waiting, it's to do with you being so uncertain, it's to do with you being so like disorientated. So this information that you're gonna have, it's gonna mean to you so much, because it's just going to help you with your own self-esteem, with your own confidence. But then at the same time, that with the time of the actual new moon, it's gonna be absolutely mind-blowing, because what you're going to hear is going to be directly connected to you going on the next stage, next step of your life, which is the dimension that you're going to enter on the 11th of February, which is going to help you to realize what the next stage is going to be. You will know by this moment in time, but also on the 11th of February, you are going to start a mind-blowing process. And before the 11th of February, I just want to say, you know, you are going to have an intellectual challenge. Just remember that you are going to have an intellectual challenge, and you need to be very logical, very perceptive. I want you to understand this like throughout this stage and period, my babies. Libera, libera, pam, pam, libera, libera, libera. Pam, pam. Oh my God, I'm losing it. In between the 9th and the 16th of February. I love you so much, my gorgeous Libra. I love you because I get you, okay? And you are going to have an intellectual challenge. I'm going to cover all this, like from the 9th until in between the 9th and the 16th of February. You are going to have an intellectual challenge. And just remember, when you have an intellectual challenge, remember to be rather blunt when it comes to it. And you will know exactly what I mean, but also remember to be logical, perceptive, and also at the same time, this challenge is going to be so insightful to you, because if you didn't have this challenge, you wouldn't know what to do with that opportunity, which is going to manifest at the 16th of February. This is a brilliant and exciting intellectual challenge that you are going to have, but then at the same time, you know, it's going to be connected to the information that you need, but then again, it's going to be kind of like it would be normally challenging to receive, but because you're going to have this intellectual challenge, you know, the things are going to feel a little bit different, and this is where things are going to become very interesting for you, okay? On another hand, you know, there is something it's going to be required from you, my gorgeous Libra. You have your eyes open, and remember my gorgeous little face telling you this. I'm joking. No, remember that basically something is going to be required from you to kind of pay attention to, like a certain documents, or to sign something, or to do something, you know, my babies. That's absolutely fine, but all I want to say to you, do not rush into anything. Do not rush into any signings right now. Do not rush into any negotiations right now. In fact, you can have negotiations that would be rather interesting and rather victorious for you if you have them, but most certainly I would not take like a step forward. The step forward that you take, that you should go for, it should happen on this after the 16th of February, from the 17th of February onwards. Then you just go through, baby. Then you just smash it, you know. Then you just go forward. Then you just like kind of grab the bull by its horns, you know, and things like that. You know what I say? But it's very important for you to remember this, my gorgeous Libra. And also, you know, anything that comes up to you, like anything that is requires from you, all you need to do through this week to make the most of it is to review all documents very carefully. And also, if somebody's trying to like push you towards something, if somebody's trying to like hurry you up towards something and it sounds a little bit off, you know, just say no, baby, no, and you just move on. So anything that you want to start, anything that you want to begin, anything that you want to plan, anything that you want to sign, anything, any pact that you want to make or anything like that, you know, after the 17th, this is the time to focus, refocus, and also this is the great time of insights, which means that a lot is going to be happening right in front of you, and this is the time to take things in and see how you feel. It doesn't even matter how you feel. By the time you get to the actual 17th of February, this is the time of your personal spiritual development, which is going to require from you to have the next step, the next stage, by following it through and unlocking your spiritual door and seeing what's on the other side. And the only way to do this is just to kind of go for all these things, like if you need to sign something and things like that, and you do it from the 17th sorry, from the 17th of February onwards, you know. And also just remember, review all documents very, very carefully. Now it's more important than ever. Just don't rush into anything, please, my babies. Do not rush into anything. Even you will have a little chicks around you where you're going to feel like little chicks, energetic chicks, where you're going to think like, oh, it's going to make you feel a little bit like a murky and uncertain in such a way where it messes up with your own spiritual timeline, and then you're uncertain. So which means that you are gonna feel pressured, like maybe by certain people, you know, like to do something. But then again, just remember, it is not the way it is. The things are not what they seem as they are. This is more important to remember than ever. On another hand, justice. You will hear something about a certain justice, and you're gonna think like, oh my God, it's really going to surprise you, and it's going to put a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth because you're not gonna like it. You're gonna think, where is the justice, you know? But it's nothing to do with you necessarily. It's to do with something else happening around you, maybe perhaps in the world, and you will be reflecting on a certain situation, and this in itself is just going to throw you back a little bit off the chair. But then again, at the same time, you know, it's going to be the necessary information that you are going to get out of it, realize, receive, which is going to help you to make the wisest possible you know, to make the wisest possible decision for yourself, and it's all going to make sense. Someone in your life, it's really going to surprise you, but then again, at the same time, this is going to be a good surprise because you're going to realize something through that person and important information. And please let me tell you, this is very important time for you to express yourself, to talk as much as you can, but then at the same time, it's very super important time when it comes to people in our lives. Super important time, please, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to people in our lives, because you will be learning a lot through them throughout this stage, throughout this period indeed. I'm just going to see what is going to be your tarot card, my gorgeous Libra. What is going to be your tarot card of this stage, this period, I guess. Okay, so Two of Wands, like, here we go. So now basically, you know, this is the time to prepare. You will know what to do. You will know how to prepare. You will know which steps to take. You will know which direction to take. You're going to start feeling very important power within you, which is going to be coming from your own firmness, which is going to be coming from your own courage, which is going to be coming from your own self-esteem. This is an absolutely mind-blowing time for planning. Not just, oh yeah, it's time for planning, la la la. No, baby, no. But it's time for planning when you connect and reconnect to this energy that helps you to reconnect and connect to your own higher self from such an important angle. So while you're planning and while you're thinking, while you're focusing, there is so much that is going to be unfolding in your head, in your life, then and there, without even realizing there are things that are going to be written in your subconscious mind that are written like all around your place when it comes to the higher self. Indeed. So you are going to be getting all sorts of ideas when it comes to planning. So basically you just get on like you're writing something, or you're focusing something, or you're writing something on your computer, you're writing something on your smartphone or whatever. But at the same time, this absolutely mind-blowing vibrant energy, it's going to be helping you to have ideas, you know, that you wouldn't normally have. And these ideas are going to come from somewhere else. And these ideas are going to be super relevant by the time you get to the 16th of February. It's going to be very, very interesting because there is something very specific that you're going to find out about yourself. A certain ability that is almost certainly going to become magical and rather obvious by the end of this stage, by the 16th of February. This is the time of transformation. This is the time of you becoming your own little butterfly, my gorgeous Libra. And it's all going to make sense, you know. You are going to kind of have a great balance, which is at the same time going to increase your energy, your self-esteem. But on another hand, you know, when it comes to like two particular things you're going to be focusing on, and they are going to be remarkable because they're going to change your life literally. Okay, so now my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is your oracle card or what is your spirit card going to be for this stage. Okay. Living light energy, see the beauty in life. Now this doesn't surprise me at all. It's what you're gonna see when you least expect it, my gorgeous Liberina. You're gonna have a moment, my babies, and you will see something when you least expect it, and that is going to help you to recognize the part of you that you should have recognized a long time ago. But then again, I say you should have recognized. It's wrong thing to say because it's happening when it's meant to happen. It's actually happening when your karmic journey is coming to an end. So the certain specific karmic journey is coming to an end. So now this is going to also be connected to you yourself, setting yourself free and realizing that it's really down to you. It's up to you. It's to do with your own passion, but it's also to do with what you're going to see. What you're going to see is going to change everything because it's going to make you realize and help you realize things from a completely different angle, and that in itself is going to be remarkable, life-changing. It's going to give you an idea, but most importantly, it's going to help you to recognize the certain parts of yourself that you should be paying attention to, and you're so wonderful, you're so beautiful, you're so unique. All you need to do is just be yourself. Okay, so now before I do Scorpioni, I will be 1 second. Scorpionis are swearing at me now. Where did he go? Do you know, I'm looking at outside. You know, that's my coffee. I'm just gonna check my coffee lips. Coffee. Bam, ba, ba, bam, bam, bam. Rolling, 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 rolling on the river. Rolling, 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 rolling on the river. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Left a good job down in the city, working for the man every night and day. I love Tina. Okay, sorry, I've got my moments. I've got my moments. I've got my moments. I 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 promise this is only a coffee. I promise, don't get any ideas. This is only a coffee I drink. And it's like a freshly ground coffee. Nothing nothing added in this coffee, I promise. I get all sorts of questions, but I think that it's literally naturally like this. I don't need anything, seriously. So now, do you know what? Scorpione, you are, you know what? I've got my moments. I got my moments. No, you're gonna find out something, and it's like I'm thinking how I'm gonna put this through. I'm thinking how am I going to express myself in order not to sound like, oh my god, like, but I think that you're gonna find out something really weird and really bizarre and really strange. It's a pretty much so very Twilight Zone-ish realization that you're going to have. What you're gonna find out is gonna be pretty much so very specific to, you know, you're gonna realize the certain maybe people that weren't that honest, you know, the certain lies, the certain negativities, you know, and it's nothing to do with the people in your lives, but it's a lot to do with what's going on out there at the moment. It's rather dark, it's rather negative, and it's rather bizarre, and it's rather strange, and there's lots of energy around us at the moment which is affecting us in such a bizarre way, and it's making us feel really disorientated purely because it's very unknown and it's very unusual to us, and this is something that we don't know, we haven't come across before, but we just know that something is not right. We just know that something is just not right whatsoever. Come on. And so I'm talking about the bigger picture. So what you're gonna find out, my gorgeous Scorpione, you're not going to like, but it's very important because it's just going to open your eyes and it's going to help you realize the way things are. But most importantly, when it comes to you protecting yourself, by the time you get to the 16th of February, you will know exactly what to do in order to protect yourself. So this information is going to be very specific indeed. And it's not so much about the information, but it's more about your realization. You will just know that something is not right. You will know that something is not real. You will know that something is not true. No matter how you're going to be pushed towards like, oh yeah, this is it, this is that. No, baby, no. I've got my moments. I've got my moments. You just need to use your own spirituality, because your own psychic moment, it's actually going to be very strong throughout this stage, throughout this period. So most certainly this is going to be very specific for you, because on one hand it's going to answer your question, but then on another hand it's about the focus, perspective, and the option that you will have that is going to be remarkable, because it's going to protect you. It's to do with your own security, but it's also at the same time doing the right thing, you know. It's like kind of being like a little bit disorientated, but by the time you get to the actual last part of this week, you will know exactly what I mean. On another hand, what else I really like, my gorgeous Scorpione, just see in between the actual 9th and 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, no, sorry, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. In between the 9th and the 13th of February 2021, you know, just see, this is the time when your portal is about to open. And when I say that your portal is about to open, it is just going to be a very interesting situation that you are going to have. Very interesting situation, which is really going to surprise you, you know. And it's just also kind of going to confirm to you how many different dimensions there are. So something is going to happen to you, the realization, which is going to be really strong, but then again at the same time it's going to happen when you're reflecting yourself so much on your life, on the actual things around you, in particular when it comes to nature, in particular when it comes to working with the flowers, in particular when it comes to working with plants, doing things with plants. This in itself is going to be a very unique moment for you, very unique moment, because that's exactly what you should be doing, connecting and reconnecting with the nature, my Scorpione. I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. This is super important, because that in itself is going to create a moment when you're going to find your moment when you're going to find yourself like having a really powerful vision that you're working with the plants this week, you're reconnecting with the nature this week, reconnecting with the ground, you know, outside in the forest, you know, that is going to help you reconnect yourself. But also it's going to be super relevant when it comes to you having a vision. This vision will be very powerful, but also at the same time it's going to answer what to you, like what exactly you should embrace in your lives. That vision is going to put you in touch with yourself, put you in touch with the missing part yourself, but most importantly it's going to give you the opportunity, like mind-blowing opportunity, by doing something so crazy but so good, so important, so ludicrous normally, but now this is going to seem really good because it's going to come as in form of you embracing this. You will know what exactly you need to embrace. And this is what is going to show you how everything is connected around us. And this is why I say, by the power of nature, by you mingling with that energy, at the same time you make your power and your own energy like so powerful and so magnetic, and it goes that much further. But in particular, when it comes to inviting magnetically things by mirroring things into our lives, but what we focus on subconsciously while we are working with the nature, at the same time we kind of sending all these wonderful waves into the universe, which at the same time bring back to us what is really so much at the back of our mind. So that in itself is going to be connected to the actual very strange little, oh my god, situation where you're going to become aware of the different dimensions, but something is going to happen to you through the spirit where you're going to have like a really powerful confirmation that you are on the right path, you are on the right journey, and this is all going to be super connected, my gorgeous Scorpionis, like there is no tomorrow. You know, I'm going to say this to you, this is not relevant to that, my babies, but also on another hand, just make sure you understand the 11th, we have got a very powerful new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquamarine. Now, this is going to be mind-blowing because it's going to be the beginning of something absolutely remarkable in your lives, but it's also going to come with a huge, massive surprise, and also it's going to help you to think outside the box, outside the norm, and this is exactly going to bring into your life what is needed so much. Let me tell you something else. You know, this is the week when the little caterpillar is going to become a gorgeous little butterfly. Just remember that. So something magical is going to take place, but also the ability to see yourself and to visual yourself, how and to live yourself, how other people live you, how powerful you are, how unique your energy is. My gorgeous Scorpione, your energy is super unique, you know, and I like it when I see things unfolding and developing in this particular way. What you're going to have this week is a significant life experience that is going to really significant life experience in between the 9th and the 16th of February. And the life experience that you are going to have, it's just simply, you're not going to be able to avoid it. You're not going to be able to ignore it. It's going to become the main part of your life, the main focus of your life. But you will know, my baby, that this is going to require changes to be made, okay? And that in itself is going to be connected to also powerful and very much so unexpected revelation which you are going to have, and this is going to need you to actually break free of things that are bringing you down and break free from things that you are doing on daily basis, those things that are doing consistently, persistently every single day. It's fine to do, but just make sure that now it's more important than ever to tap into the new energy, to tap into the new power, to tap into the new dimension. How are you going to do that, baby? Well, how are you going to do that, my gorgeous Scorpione, is by doing every single day something different. So like the week starts, I was deliberately one day after I normally do, because I felt the energy was right today. So it's literally from the 9th until the 16th of February. This is the time when I just need you to basically just like every single day, do something different, do something what you didn't plan, and do something unusual, you know, from the 9th until the 16th of February. And every single time you do something new, do something different, that brings a different energy into your life, and that energy is going to take you into a different dimension. And once you find yourself into the in a different dimension, you're responding to the situations and people around you in a different way. And this is what is going to happen. Like, it's going to be remarkable experience that you are going to have through this at the same time. I really, really like it. And also you will realize exactly which old belief systems you should release, and this is going to set you free karmically in so many different ways. So now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I'm just going to shuffle these cards. Okay, so now this tarot card, 7 of Pentacles. Now this is very interesting, and I want to say to you that first of all, this week is going to feel like, maybe like in a way like, oh God, things are not happening, blah blah blah, and maybe, you know, this is where the tricky situation is going to be, because, you know, you will be reflecting and you will find yourself being very deep, but then again at the same time you will be thinking that things are not happening, things are not moving, you know, things are staying the same. Let me just tell you, the more you think that things are not happening, things are not moving, like there are no changes, you know, the better it's going to be. Trust me, the more you're going to gain out of it, because now something really powerful is happening to you. Something really powerful is about to happen to you, and it's so much so to do with a special, important, deep, mind-blowing, powerful reward which you're going to have at the same time. But it's to do with things that you have been doing for a while, you know, for the last few years. You know, very special reward is going to come. But before that happens, you're going to have a moment. I've got my moment. You're going to have a moment where you're going to feel like nothing is happening, like, oh, it's so slow, oh my God. And when you have that moment, just remember that this is actually a really, really good sign, because very soon after you are going to have a very, very special response when it comes to this, and it's going to be very, very good and mind-blowing indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card, my gorgeous Scorpioni. What is going to be your oracle card? What is going to be your oracle card, your spirit message, my gorgeous Scorpioni? Okay, let's see. Oh, do you see what I mean? Timing is critical. Just remember this, my gorgeous Scorpioni. Timing is critical. Okay? Pay attention to the time spans, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to what you feel drawn to, pay attention to the numbers in your mind, pay attention to the synchronicities around you, pay attention to the numbers around you. This is going to be so important, and it's all going to be connected. The timing is critical. Yes, it's number 7. Number 7 is just so remarkable, and that the very moment in time, your answer to the actual timing being very critical is strongly going to be connected to number 7, which is like, oh my Lord, like super powerful number, super spiritual number, number 7, you know. And it's also directly connected to the spirit guides, to the guardian angels, you know, and it's very, very important message that it's going to bring you. The number 7 means a time span. How long is something going to take? Okay, but most certainly it's going to be the step in the right direction, and things are going to start looking very, very promising for you. And also at the same time is the vision that you are going to have. Okay, you will just know this. You will find yourself dreaming so much more. And those of you that didn't dream, you know, now you're going to find yourself dreaming a lot, you know. Every single thing that is going to enter your dimension is going to have something very special for you this time. You will see, because you will know it. A few days later, it's still going to be like, oh my God, type of thing. So very, very interesting indeed. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to do, it's going to be Sagittarini. Just 1 secondini. Sagittarini. Sagittarini. Oh Lord. Sagittarini. 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 Toto. Say hi, Coco. Say hi. Say hi to Sagittarius. Come on. Be good. Be nice, Tolo. Say hi. Hi Sagittarini, Sagittarini, tu Sagittarini, Sagittari, Sagittari, Sagitterini, Coccolino, Coccolino, Coccolin, Coccolin, Coccolini. Okay? That's Coco saying hello. So now he's leaving his hair, so now his hair is going to be all around my face. I get stuck on my face. Sagittarini, oh, of course Sagittarini is a good one. Okay. That's my coffee. Coco is scratching. So gosh. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarini. Sagitterini, Sagitterini, Sagitteri, Sagitteri, Sagitterini, 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 pam 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 do 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 pa 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 pam 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 dan 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 na do 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 Sagitterini, Sagitterini, Sagitteri, Sagitteri, Sagitterini, raise your vibration. Sagitterini, Sagitterini, Sagitteri, Sagitteri, Sagitterini, pam 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 pararam parara pam para pam pa 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 pararam pam 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 pararam do 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 pa 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 pararam. My gorgeous Sagitterini, just make sure you understand, because there is someone that you need to be really careful about, somebody quite dishonest around you. I'm sorry, I'm being a dark Lala, but then at the same time I'm just trying to help you, because it is somebody is gonna kind of seem like maybe somebody is going to seem like a little bit bizarre, a little bit strange around you, but most importantly it's going to kind of like maybe try to make you a certain decision, or someone is going to try to kind of speed you up towards a certain direction. I just want to let you know and want you to understand that anything that you feel like you feel pressured to do, just most certainly, please, this is also going to be a sign to step away from it. Please, this is a great and excellent time when it comes to the actual planning, when it comes to making choice, but most certainly when it comes to thinking, when it comes to being logical, when it comes to focusing and reflection. But most certainly, please, this is not time for action. This is not time to like kind of sign things. This is not time to begin things. This is not time to start things when it comes to new beginnings. If you had things from before and then you're starting it now, that's absolutely fine. But if you are kind of like maybe starting to trying to start things for the first time, I would just like kind of like a really try to understand. I hope you understand that just this is the time for planning. And also on another hand, you know, somebody kind of not really good around you, it's like maybe going to like, sorry, I'm being a dark Lala, but you don't want to be pushed towards the negative situation. You don't want to push towards the negativity. So somebody is going to maybe not necessarily be really horrible and evil, but it's maybe not the right person to kind of not the right person around you to advise you and to tell you what to do. But on another hand, hand, when it comes to like being pressurized to do something, most certainly this is your like your light to just remember, no baby, no, you know, this is not the time to be rushed. And also when it comes to, in particular when it comes to making really big and important decision. On another hand, you know what I really like, Sagittarini? Because you are gonna recognize something in yourself. You're gonna recognize the path, you know, you're gonna recognize the opportunity that you wouldn't normally recognize through somebody in your life, somebody who's very important to you, like a person in your, like a family member, somebody who means to you so much. It's going to have a very specific information for you, and this is going to help you so much, because it's going to help you to shed a light around yourself without you even realizing. It's going to bring you your own like ooh la la, rather Vavavumish moment. On one hand, it's going to surprise you, but then on another hand, may offend you a little bit. But then on another hand, you know, you're going to be able to recognize the parts and elements of what you've been told by that person in your life, that this is actually going to be very beneficial for you. It's coming from someone who knows you so well, but also from someone who just like knows you so well and tells you things honestly. And sometimes you may not like it, but most certainly it's going to be for the best. On another hand, I really like this, because something that you have been blaming yourself for such a long time, my gorgeous Sagittarini, this is emotional torture that it became. And you're going to realize that you should not blame yourself. You did so well. You're remarkable. You're beautiful. You're very special. You're very different when it comes to doing things and achieving things. But at the same time, you know, this is the time when you need to realize that in order to bring a balance into your life, just think about the work-life balance. But at the same time, think about how you're going to reward yourself. This is an important week to literally reward yourself. But then at the same time, it's like a quite remarkable week when it comes to that emotional torture that you felt, because a long time ago you blamed yourself for something, and it's actually not your fault. You did absolutely great work. You did absolutely so well now. You did everything you could have possibly do. So it's a lot to do with you, like kind of projecting your energy towards the specific situation or a person in your life, and you did so well. So it's nothing to blame yourself whatsoever. You're gonna realize that you are gonna kind of need to brush up on a certain like kind of like a justice process when it comes to your life. You will want to take something on the next stage, on the next level, but then again, this is not going to be a great week to do this week. It would be after the 17th of February onwards. So if anything specific you want to do, some kind of signing, negotiations and things like that, please, this is the time to do this. Is going to be after the 17th of February. Prior to that moment, it's all about you thinking, focusing, trying to reconnect and connect to yourself. But please try to reward yourself. Do something for yourself that makes you feel so good. Do something for yourself that makes you feel so excited, and also like something like as in reward, you know, at the same time. You are going to get a really interesting little present. You are going to get a really interesting little gift, and this is going to surprise you where this gift is going to come from, but most importantly, what you're going to learn out of it at the same time, in terms of realization, in the terms of like getting to know something or getting to know someone, but most importantly, to being inspired by that person at the same time. Because one particular person, it's going to be playing an absolutely mind-blowing role when it comes to you being inspired, and that in itself, that inspiration, is going to help you to answer your question, but also it's going to reveal the actual path for you by the 16th of February. I really like the 16th of February because most certainly 11th of February we have the new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, which means that the energy is going to be superb. It's going to give you the perfect amount of self-esteem, the perfect amount of courage. It's going to also help you to make decisions, you know, in a very courageous and very certain way, instead of, oh, I'm not too sure, you know, because Aquamarine energy, it's all about us thinking outside the box, being very individual, and also doing the things with the snap of a finger. What is going to come to you, it's going to surprise surprise you on the 11th of February, my gorgeous Sagittarini, but most importantly, it's going to pinpoint you towards the direction, and that direction that is going to come to you, how you're going to feel. Pay attention to what you're going to feel. You will be able to achieve with a snap of a finger, because you will be using this wonderful aquamarine energy. So pay attention to what is like kind of like on your mind a lot on the 11th of February, 9th, 10th of 11th of February. What is bringing you down? What is making you unhappy? What is making you dark? What is making you uncertain? What is making you uncomfortable? What is making you disorientated, baby? Listen to me very careful. This aquamarine energy on the 11th of February is going to give you the opportunity and the ability to deal with this from a oh my god, ridiculously powerful angle, which is on one hand going to help you to move away from this situation, but then on another hand it's just going to start a process which is literally going to change your life. And karmically, the 16th of February is going to have a very strong connection to this moment in time, because the option and opportunity is going to come out of it after this unfoldment of events that I've mentioned. By the time you get to the December 2021, ooh la la, you will be able to see exactly what was happening, because that is going to be the time when all this is going to go and end up on the whole next level indeed. Okay, do you know what else, my gorgeous Sagittarini? I want to say to you, this is all about a victory. You know, there is a very important moment of victory that you are going to have. It looks like you're going to get a really nice reward, an important information, news that you are going to have. And that in itself, it's all about a wise choice, you know, that will basically just remember that by the time you get to the 16th of February, there is going to be the wise choice that you are going to make, okay? And that wise choice that you are going to make is going to bring you public recognition and success. And this is so important when it comes to your personal award. It's so important when it comes to the next stage, next level in your life, when it comes to like apprenticeship type of thing, promotion type of thing. You know, this is a very much so rather victorious moment in time, and I really, really, really like it. So now I'm just going to I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Okay, what is going to be a tarot card? Oh dear Lord. Oh, Knight of Swords. You're reaching a very big moment. You're reaching a very important stage in your life. You know, the things that you have been the things you felt so uncertain about, that just made you feel so uncomfortable and so disorientated, you know. For the first time in a long time, I go to Sagittarius, you are going to have a very important glimpse, you know, out of things. Very powerful glimpse of what you should do and where you should go and how you should go on about. And also, if you're not completely certain, you will be able to feel something a long time, like your own guiding light, which is slowly and slowly and slowly going to be guiding you towards the point, towards the moment, towards the direction where you should be. And the answer to in the way to get there, how you're going to get there, just be yourself, listen to your intuition, follow your path. You're the best version of yourself, you know, in the whole of universe. You're the only version of yourself in the whole of universe, which means that on another hand, you just have to follow your own intuition, and this is exactly where your intuition is going to take you. For the first time after a long time, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel that is going to be guiding you, but most certainly you will be able to feel this, finding yourself on the whole new path, on the whole new direction. Because what you're going to do is literally going to set you free. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to be your spirit message, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Spirit message. Oh, shield your energy on another hand, but then on another hand, again, look beyond the surface. There will be a very interesting situation that you're going to come across. You will pretty much so understand that you should protect yourself and protect your energy, which is absolutely fine. You're going to be aware of it. But then at the same time, when you come across this situation, you know, it's pretty much all connected with certain people, certain situations that are draining your energy and making you feel really negative. And something is going to happen, something is going to take place at that very moment in time, and that in itself is going to be brilliant because, you know, on one hand you will do the right thing to shield your energy, to protect yourself, but then on another hand you will know a few days later exactly what you need to look beneath the surface, because this experience is going to have so many different levels, so many different parts, so many different elements. So a few days later it's going to take, and then you're going to know, and then you're going to realize like it's time to look beneath the surface. And now when you look beneath the surface, you will realize like, oh my God, so much that you didn't realize before. So this is when things are going to become very, very interesting for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. So now before I do Capricornius, I will be 1 second. I'm having a coffee. Coco, you're gonna say hi to Capricornius now as well. Come on. Say hi. Capricornius, dun 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 dun. Capricornius, Cocornius. Cocornius, dun 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 dun. Cocornius, my baby. Say hi to Capricornius. I'm not gonna burn you with the candles, Coco, I promise. Okay. This is the thing when you have like when you have the candles on, you know, it's like this. I love natural candles. I don't really like fake candles, you know. I like natural candles. I don't like fake candles because, I don't know, I just like natural. I like fire. I like all the elements, you know, I like it real. This is why I see like cat jumping on the table. It's like, oh my God. But then my cats, they don't jump on the table. Oh, you see, I'm full of like the actual hair. Okay. Sorry. Capricornius. 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 Capricornius, pam 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 pam. 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 Raise your vibration. Pam 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 pam. Capricornius, pam 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 pam. Woo! Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Capricornius. Raise your vibration, because you are gonna have a little bit of a surprising moment, and this surprising moment is in between the 9th and the 13th of the actual February, you know. And the surprising moment that you are going to have, it's going to really kind of like be really bit weird, you know, but then again it's going to throw you out of the seat a little bit, but most certainly and most importantly it's going to help you, you know, to actually kind of find your way, you know, find your path in the world of uncertainties that we are living right now. But most importantly, when it comes to us chaos, and when it comes to you feeling a little bit disorientated, you know, you are about to reach an important karmic circle, my gorgeous Capricornius, and this is very, very important. Let me just tell you that this is a significant time to take people in your life into consideration. My God, listen. Anything that I want to say to you that is really important right now, people in your life, oh my God, people in your life are going to be playing such an important role in between the 9th and in between the 16th of February 2021. People in your life are going to be playing an important role. People that are meant to be in your life, people that you're surrounded with in your life are right now, they're meant to be in your life. Two specific people you surround yourself, you know. I'm not talking about the people like in your life, within your group, within your family members, but two specific people that you choose to surround yourself with, that you chose to surround yourself with. They're both going to have an absolutely mind-blowing information for you this week. You're going to get hold of this information in the most weirdest and the most bizarrest way possible, because it's going to happen at the time when you least expect it. So these are the people that you chose you yourself to surround yourself with, but they are not like very close family members or anything like that, not very close friends, but it's the people that you chose, you know, the people that are shining light into your life without even realizing they are they're playing an absolutely remarkable role. These two people are both going to answer your question. The question that you didn't even ask. The question that you didn't even know how to ask. The question that you didn't even know that you needed to be answered. But there are two specific questions that are going to be answered to you, and you are simply not going to be able to ignore them. Okay, and this is so important because these two people specifically are going to be playing an important role when it comes to you having your spiritual awakening. You know, it is the power and the strength and the confidence that you are going to have at the same time. First of all, you're going to be a little bit confused, but in a good way. But then later on, this is going to specifically responsible for you doing the right things at the right time, because by the time you get to the 16th of February, an option, just the beginning. You see, follow your unique path, follow your unique light, follow your unique flame, you know, that's right within you. And it's very specific and it's very different. And it's very kind of like unique in so many different ways. So what I want to say to you, that anything that comes to you from the 9th until the 16th of February, anything that you want to do, just do it. Anything that you want to kind of pay attention to, just pay attention to. But it's also as important to understand that in order to bring the actual this magnetic energy into your life every single day, from the beginning, from the 9th until the 16th, bring something new into your life by doing things differently in a completely different way, but the new things, brand new things. So on the 9th you can start something different, on the 10th you can start something new. You know, every single day you need to bring something new into your life. And what is this going to do? It's going to make your energy even more magnetic, and by doing this you will be able to connect with your own subconscious mind directly with the things that you are doing and directly with the things that are right in front of you. So this is going to provide you with not only inspiration but so many beautiful, amazing spiritual shortcuts. So you're going to surprise yourself how you're going to feel. You're going to surprise yourself like which force you're going to feel, but also about the self-esteem and the courage is going to be absolutely remarkable at this time indeed. What you're going to do is like you're going to come across the situation, what you're going to see also by the 16th, you know, and this is going to really put your mind to rest, because it's going to confirm to you so much that was happening around at the same time, but also it's going to bring this beautiful light at the end of the tunnel, which is just going to become the main beacon of light, you know, in your lives, and things are going to start making sense that most certainly didn't make sense so far. On another hand, just pay attention my gorgeous Capricornians, because you know what, you are actually going to hear in news or a message, but this is so much so to do with you, and it's so much so to do with your understanding of your own accomplishment. This is brilliant because there is an important learning experience going to happen right there and then, and that in itself is going to inspire you, and this is the inspiration that I need you to pay attention to, my gorgeous Capricornians. It's more important than ever. I want to say that, you know, accomplishment that I'm talking about most certainly is to do with your own success, but it's not only as such about the success and about you feeling really good, but it's about different elements that are going to become quite evident and really obvious right in front of you. You know, this is the beginning of something very special, and by the time the 16th gate, you will know exactly which change do you need to make in your life. Just remember, by the time the 16th gate, you will know, you will start feeling something new, you will start feeling something different, you will start feeling something so vibrant, and this means that spiritually you're connecting and you're reconnecting and you're being prepared to go on the next stage of your spiritual journey. And this is just up to you to realize that it's down to you how you're going to see things around you, how you're going to view on things, but also to be strong. Okay, you need to be solid. Okay, and I need you to remember this, because you being solid and you being strong, this is going to protect you in so many different ways. We live in a crazy times indeed, but it's also most important to just keep going and keep doing things that feel right to you in your own way. Ignore the negativity, ignore the ludicrosity. If that is even word, ludicrosity, you know, I made just that up if it's not. But just ignore the energy that it's also kind of like a self-destructive in many different ways. I know I'm sounding a little bit of a dark Lala at the same time, but I've said this before. In order to protect yourself, you do not go by this negativity, because we are being fed by many lies, you know, at the same time. And the lies that we are being fed, you know, it also comes a lot by them. Negative people are kind of negative entities, like repeating themselves at the same time, hoping that this is what we're going to accept like it's true. But no, baby, no. Just remember that this is the time to follow your own path, but also you are going to have a quite strange situation this week, and please, you're going to feel like you're going to need to respond in a certain way, and at the same time, it's more important than anything for you to respond in the way that you want to respond. This is going to be again part of your test, my gorgeous Capricornius. So you will have a situation, and that situation is going to need your immediate response. But in order to make the most of it, in order to get the most of it, you just need to remember to be yourself. Even if you're singing like while you're responding, like look at me, like I just do things as they come to me. Really, literally, I don't really care. But then at the same time, you know, some people will be like, oh no, don't do this, don't do that. No, no, no. You just need to unlock something. You are going to unlock something purely this week, and it's going to be mind-blowing, my gorgeous Capricornians. What you're going to unlock is the new you. But before that happens, you are going to respond, you know, in a way that is just going to be completely unique, which I repeat, you will feel like you want to get an advice from someone. No, baby, no. You can get an advice, but that is not going to be it. So that means that you're going to have the continuation karmic test, and that means that this is going to need to continue, and then you're going to need to wait a further 7 months in order to have exactly the same opportunity. So it's fine, but it's just going to take you on a slightly double longer journey, you know. So just need to remember that when you feel like you need an advice from someone to respond to the certain situation, no, baby, no. You need to respond from your own unique self, because you are the only version of you in the whole of the universe. And this is why it's so important to use your own essence and to respond to things, because you are going to respond it in the most unique way. But most certainly, it's not only about that, but it's about you finding yourself on a very, very advanced stage, because you will starting to come to terms with a specific moment, that some things may not change as quick, but then again, instead of bringing you down and instead of making you feel negative, you're going to have a very much so inspiring solution, inspiring moment, which is going to motivate you. And this is something really brilliant, and this is going to show you how much you have spiritually grown, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. Remember, this is the week to actually embrace your relationships. And also, this is the week when you're going to need to remember that you will make a choice, but the choice that you're going to make it from the heart as well. It's most important than ever. And when it comes to the 11th, don't remember what I said. The 11th of February is the actual new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And this is a very, very important time because it's going to give it the courage, it's going to give it the self-esteem, and it's going to give you power in order to deal with things that no longer serve you in your life, but they're making you feel uncomfortable because you're too worried that if you change them that something is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. So now the powerful energy of Aquamarine new moon is just going to give you the power to reflect on your own situation from a much solid and much more powerful place. And what is this going to do? It's going to give you the necessary courage in order to move on. So you will move on and you're going to surprise yourself. You will move on with a specific situation with a snap of your finger, my gorgeous Capricornians, and you are going to surprise yourself. And this is wonderful. And then on another hand, let me just tell you that the 11th of February is going to make you feel like a little bit strange, a little bit weird, a little bit bizarre. But let me tell you, try to focus on the 11th of February. What do you want to do? What you want your next step to be? What would you like to manifest? And even if you know what you want to manifest, now this is the time to focus on it, in a sense of give more energy to it. Write about it, do the research about it, focus on it. When you go to try to meditate, lie down and think about it, there is so much that is going to be shown to you. Very strong connection in between you and what is actually going to be shown to you. Something will be shown to you at the same time, and this is going to be mind-blowing, my gorgeous Capricornians, mind-blowing. But on another hand, any specific part of your life that you want to take on the next place, on the next stage, I'm not saying, oh yeah, just do it on the 11th. No, baby, no. But it's about the power of your mind to make this magnetic connection in between yourself, your own spirituality, and the universe, and then sending things to the universe in a very powerful way and getting it back, even most importantly. And then it just speeds up the process, but it makes things happen for us because it will redirect you a little bit, but it's going to give you the necessary self-esteem and courage to actually move on. Very, very important. And you will see all sorts of ideas that you are getting, and then the 17th and 18th of February are going to be remarkable as well when it comes to you really feeling very strong, about the specific parts of your life that were making you feel very uncomfortable so far. Okay, and now also, sorry, I'm really liking this because, it's just all about things getting together, but also you will be you will be shown the way, what you need to do in order to make an emotional contentment, what you need to do. This is all going to be connected to your emotional contentment, but also, there are lots of specific ways that are going to be shown to you at the same time. This is brilliant, and also you will have a very strong indication how wise you are. Just remember that at the time when you have a strong indication how wise you are, this is to do with you confirmation that you have done the right choice not that long ago. But then at the same time, people you can trust are going to be playing an important part in your life. Remember, I've seen this before, my gorgeous Capricornians. People who you trust are going to be playing an important role in your life, okay? Because they will help you to open your eyes, but also they will help you when it comes to making a decision later on. And now this is going to be remarkable here because it's going to create this magical beginning, which is going to require from you to take things on the next level, on the next step. And that most certainly, it's all about you working on the actual, you know, yourself, and working on a spiritual quest that you're going to have. And also, most certainly, you're going to find yourself starting to kind of realize that you are about to start choosing very big life changings. But this is only going to be the beginning, my gorgeous Capricornians. And this is why you have to trust yourself, and this is why you have to express yourself in your own unique way. So I'm just going to shuffle this card. See, my voice is gone. I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen to you, my gorgeous Capricornians, or what is going to be your card when it comes to this stage and this period. Oh my God, Capricornius, pam, 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 Capricornius, tan, tan, tan. Do you see what this is, my babies? It's the star. I mean, come on, this is like probably the best card, one of the best cards, you know, you can get. It's fantastic, and it works so perfect, it works so brilliant. This is the time to express yourself, this is the time to impress, this is the time when you're going to surprise yourself, this is the time when you should be unique, this is the time when you should follow your own path, this is the time of possibilities and abilities. You're going to surprise yourself, but you're also going to be pinpointed towards a certain ability, towards a certain part of your life that most certainly you should pay attention to, but also an option, my baby, an opportunity to change your life. Okay, just remember, this time, this stage, this period is going to bring you bright prospects, my gorgeous Capricornians. Bright prospects, okay, opportunity with unlimited possibilities. So this is very important time for you. So that's why I need you to stay centered, by keep on being optimistic and keep on being positive. Because if we all go down, if we all go low, then this is not good. It's going to be very difficult to pick up. So this is your pick up moment. The star card is showing you the mind-blowing opportunity, life-changing opportunity, which is literally going to change your life. Unlimited possibilities, happiness, excitement, inspiration, new direction, new beginning, new excitement. Very, very good moment in time, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. And on another hand, you know, just remember, it's like this is going to be quite magical moment indeed, and it's also going to happen with a little elements of surprise. So just don't forget about that. And also it means if you point your energy towards something, you direct your energy towards something in particular where you want to expand yourself, take your life on the next stage when it comes to the opportunity that you want, you know. This is really, really important, you know. Like if you want to kind of expand yourself, promotion and things like that, you are going to be noticed by the right people, but most importantly by the right opportunities. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle this angel card. Ooh, they're not angel cards, they're spirit, well, I suppose spirit cards. Spirit cards for my gorgeous Capricornians. Oh, time to channel your knowledge. You're gonna make a critical judgment. Just remember this. And this is going to be connected to the specific situation, my babies. The more you kind of like throw yourself out of there, the better it's going to be. Yes, I know it's not as easy to go out there at the moment, like because of all these things happening. But you know, at the same time, just focus on yourself, focus on things in your life, focus on things that you need to inspect. Focus on things that are bringing you down. Also focus on things that are making you feel really good, because there is an important moment that you're going to have. You're going to make an important mind-blowing decision, and decision that you're going to make, it's going to be brilliant because it's going to come from the deepest parts of yourself when it comes to your own spirituality. This is about to bring you balance. It's about to surprise you, yourself, and your reaction and response to it, but most importantly, the way you're going to feel after. This is when things are going to become very interesting in terms of you starting to feel the energy and the vibrance that you didn't feel in a long long time. So it's all about getting to know yourself, but also it's all about you having a very strong connection with your past and with things like how things used to be. This is how you're going to feel, but most importantly, something is going to happen, and it's going to help you to realize what exactly you should do now in order to make your life much better. Something that's missing from the past, it's about to return, but also on another hand, it's going to help you, that connection with your past, to actually make a really important judgment, you know, when it comes to like things that are going on in your life that you are completely uncertain what to do. Okay, so this is going to be brilliant because it's going to show you the way out of the situation. Okay, so now before I do Aquamarini, I'm going to be 1 secondini. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide all the planets and Aquamarini will shine. My Aquamarini, Aquamarini, Aquamarini. Do you know what, Aquamarini? Oh, sorry. I'm going to be honest with you. I think, you know, you are going to have a very deep and very emotional experience, you know, and this is actually going to kind of throw you away a little bit. Listen. Please don't tell me, oh, you're being Dark Lala again. Yeah, I suppose I'm being a Dark Lala again. I have mentioned about this in your monthly video. I was talking about this in your monthly videos and video for February 2021, and it's a lot to do with like a specific situation which, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to bring like a really, oh gosh, emotional experience into your life. It's something, the situation, the moment that is going to open your eyes at the same time, but most importantly, it's going to make you realize that there is you know, an emotional moment you will have. So something is slowly going to come to an end, you know, something in itself is going to come to an end slowly. Something is going to come to an end, you know, and a certain spiritual cut-off point, you know, cut-off moment, you know, but something is going to come to an end, but it's going to make you feel really emotional. But that is very important moment for you, because on one hand you're going to be, oh no, but then on another hand you were preparing yourself for this moment, and there is nothing that none of us can actually do when these moments happen in this life. So, you know, what actually, you know, is happening to you right now, it's going to kind of be like an avoided part of life, but then again, at the same time, it's nothing to do with you, it's nothing to do with your own happiness, but most certainly it's more like to do with an emotional experience, you know. On one hand, you know, this is going to be pretty much so important to you, because, you know, this is going to start a certain awakening. Something is going to start within you, you know, when it comes to the spiritual awakening, you know, an important moment. And then at the same time, this is going to be connected to to the actual insight that you will have. So this is going to work for you really, really well, especially for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because now this is your time, and that in itself is going to be remarkable, because what is going to happen to you, you're going to realize that there is an unfounded fear, you know, that you're going to realize the fear that you should really kind of move away from or change your mind about, because expecting the worst, it's actually going to kind of start expecting the worst, it's just bringing the negative energy into our lives, but also at the same time allowing worry to grow. It's kind of like it's allowing worries to grow out of proportion. So you don't want this, and this is exactly what you're gonna have. So this is brilliant because you will move on from this. But then at the same time, you know, you are gonna have a moment, and I will repeat this, aquamarine. This is very, very important for you to understand. This is your time. Happy birthday to you. This is your time. 11th of February. It's a very important moment in time. 11th of February is going to be the life-changing day for you. 11th of February is going to change everything, and then on the 11th of February, your own personal portal is about to open. You're going to step into the unknown without even realizing. But what is going to happen prior to that moment in time, I need you to understand that the actual 9th and 10th of February are going to be playing an important role. You see what is persistently on your mind on the 9th of February and the 10th of February, because by the time you get to the 11th of February, oh my God, you just need to come to terms with this situation in such a way where you're going to see it already happening, because there you will have an opportunity, because on one hand you're going to step into the unknown, you're going to step into your own portal, but on another hand, what does that mean? That you just need to keep positive and you need to remain positive, because you are going to have a mind-blowing moment here. It's the new moon, and it's in the zodiac sign of Aquamarine. It's your own new moon, which means that your energy is going to be super doubled up, super powerful, and you will be attracting into your life like, oh my God, you will be attracting things into your life that you couldn't even possibly dream of. And this is going to start the process, the progress, which is about to change your life without you even realizing. Just make sure you understand the new moon, every single new moon, it's absolutely remarkable when it comes to the new beginning, when it comes to the new start, when it comes to the new options, when it comes to the new opportunities. But it's a lot to do with the beginning of manifestation, because you're working with this wonderful and powerful energy. And as the time goes by, as the moon is growing, you know, your project and your energy that you directed is just becoming more powerful, and it's changing its levels, it's changing its way in ways, and it's getting where it's meant to get so quickly, so soon, and it's just going to bounce back in such a more powerful way than where we've sent, you know, when we would normally send, which means that you work with a very powerful energy. Let me tell you this, please try to see what you feel connected to. And as I said, I will repeat, 9th and 10th of February 2021 are going to bring you an important answer, are going to bring you an important option, are going to bring you an important realization, are going to bring you an important opportunity. But this is all like at the beginning stages. What you need to do on the 11th of February, when your energy will be so doubled up, as I said, this new moon is in the zodiac sign of Aquamarine, which on one hand is going to make your energy super, super magnetic. So in order to make the most of it, you just are kind of focusing on what you do, focusing on your life, focusing on problems, focusing on the negativities as well, things that are bringing you down, you know, at the same time. This is all going to bring you towards a certain direction, you know, in particular when it comes to manifestation. But mainly and primarily, I would need you to focus on what would you like to achieve in your life? What would you like your next step to be? What is bringing you down? What is bringing, oh gosh, sorry, what is bringing you blockage? What is preventing you to move on? You see, what is the little candle now trying to say? That you will do something so quickly. You know, what is actually going to happen is like, the certain direction that you will have, it's going to on one hand surprise you, because something is going to come to you and it's going to surprise you, and there are other people that are going to be involved in this as well, but primarily this is to do with you, your feelings and your emotions towards it. And this in itself is going to mark two things, the beginning of two things, the new beginning, new start, but also the brand new manifestation which is going to take place out of the old manifestation. So you're going to start manifesting in a certain way in one particular process, but then again you're just going to end up somewhere completely different, and that in itself is going to become absolutely obvious by the 16th of February 2021. It's remarkable, and it's bringing you the element of surprise. To connect to this energy, my gorgeous Aquamarine, you are going to gain so much. You can meditate and think about like what your next step would be. You can kind of like ground yourself. You can go to the forest. You can sit by the lake. You can sit by the tree. You can sit by the, I've got cocos hair. You can sit by the river, you know, like if you're lucky enough to live by the sea and things like that. But any kind of meditation that you have or insight that you could have, you know, that is going to kind of like a pinpoint you towards this particular direction, because you are going to have an insight that is going to come from some kind of meditation. But then, and at the same time, you need to understand that you have to allow yourself more time before making a decision, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because you're going to be pressurized towards making a certain decision. And I say no. If you feel pressurized towards making a certain decision, then I tell you, please, you need to allow yourself more time before making a decision. Sorry, now it's more important than ever. And also, you know, what is going to happen, there is going to be an important planning that it's actually going to happen for you when it comes to the long term. And this planning is going to be remarkable because it's connected also to the abundance from the past choices as well. Okay, you need to kind of also, on another hand, be very patient when it comes to like deciding what you want next. This is the time for thinking, it's the time for planning, it's the time for self-reflection. And this is why I say, because there are other elements that are going to be contributing into this. So the outcome of all this is going to be pretty much so much different into the one that when you start like meditating, connecting and reconnecting. And all you need to do, and I would even start on the 10th, you know, the 11th of February is going to bring the new moon, powerful new moon in Aquamarine, in Aquarius. But even the 10th, you could start like writing things down, you could start planning things. And even when you're working with flowers, even when you're working with crystals, when you're touching your crystals, when you're connecting yourself spiritually, start to connecting yourself spiritually on the 10th and the 11th, you know, of February, you know, the day before the new moon. The energy is also very intense, you know. Start connecting spiritually to whatever you connect spiritually. This is also going to bring you this necessary vibrance, and in itself is going to start the process of manifestation. There is a lot that you're going to realize about yourself at the same time, but more specifically, something that you're not paying attention to, that you should take on the whole next level. It's going to become evident like there is no tomorrow, my gorgeous Aquamarini. What else I want to say to you, you know, you are going to become aware of the new start, but at the same time, you just need to trust yourself, you know. Push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. You need to remember this. It's more important than ever, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. But then again, at the same time, what is also important, to blend the ideas of others with your own to create something rather extraordinary. You are going to have a super powerful compromise, you know, and that compromise is going to help with self-control, patience and balance at the same time, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You know, I like it because your personal power, you know, and assertiveness is going to be portrayed with kindness, you know, and I really like that. You're going to realize that you're more powerful than you possibly knew. Okay, so now Aquamarini, I'm just going to the certain person in your life is going to need a little bit of your help. Somebody will need your help. Somebody in your life who means to you so much, like a family member. Somebody's maybe hurting a little bit, and they will need your help. Please, you're very powerful, you're very strong. So somebody in your life will need your help. Somebody's hurting because of something, like a person, you know, like a best friend or a family member. Somebody needs your help. Somebody's going through something quite difficult, or is going through something rather difficult, my gorgeous Aquamarini. I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle, your tarot card of the week. 5 of Wands. Yeah, of course, you know, it is very important to put your point across. I can see that you are going to be challenged a little bit, and I can see that the people that you're going to be challenged by are not going to be necessarily nasty people, are not going to be necessarily horrible people. This could be people in your family or your friends, but you still need to remember, in the most possible way to put your point across. It is very important. This is almost like a part of your challenge. How can you put your point across instead of offending someone, or instead of offending them? People get offended so easy nowadays, my lord, so easy. But I just want to let you know, it's nothing to do with this now, it just came to me, sorry, but it's just very important for you to actually just express yourself and put your point across. But also, please, it's like, almost like impossible task to do in such a way, because the certain people that you're going to be dealing with are going to be very sensitive. So this is a little bit of a challenging moment that you're going to have. So any kind of like you putting your point across, but just try to make it in the best possible way, in the nicest possible way, where the other person doesn't see it in a negative way, or the other person doesn't get offended. You know, you are going to this is going to be your own challenge, but then at the same time the challenge that you've had not that long ago, you know, there's a certain specific challenge that you were actually going through over the last 3 months, my gorgeous aquamarinis, and you are going to have a powerful outcome out of the previous challenge. Very beautiful reward you are going to have. You know, karmically you went through a lot, so now this is the time of reward. I know that this is going to be the time for you, my gorgeous aquamarini, when things are finally going to start working in your favor, you know, and by the time we get to the end of February, it's going to be remarkable. But there are few emotional things that you're going to be dealing with, but they're important part of your spiritual progress, because if they don't happen, then things wouldn't change, and this is all going to make sense to you. Just remember, this is going to lead towards your own victory, you know, but then at the same time, it's all about you doing something really, really wise, you know, in particular when it comes to your own, you know, reward from the previous choice. Okay, so now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to shuffle this oracle card, and I'm going to see what is your spirit message. Oh, astral travel, caution needed. You know, something very unusual is going to happen to you. Something very unusual, something that you didn't plan whatsoever. I'm not surprised at all, but your spirituality is going to be on top of its peak, you know, throughout this time, and this is nothing unusual. As I said, that your energy is going to be super strong, super powerful. Please use it wisely. Project your energy towards things that you want to change. Project your energy towards the things that you want to achieve. Project your energy towards the things that you want to be successful about. My God, it's going to be almost impossible to not to notice you, you know. My gorgeous aquamarini, you need to remember this, you know. Please, please, please use this time wisely. If you want to expand yourself, go for it. If you want to do something big, go for it. Make sure that this big moment that you want to do or want to achieve have got lots of other like energy points connected to this particular week, because a lot is going to come out of it that is going to feed your energy later on. Very, very important. But just let me help you understand, it's going to be impossible not to notice you. So if you want to achieve something, this is the greatest week to achieve something by being noticed, whatever this is. But most certainly, on another hand, you know, you're going to find yourself like a little bit of in the moment, you know, you're going to find yourself in a dimension, in an energy that you didn't plan. Something is really going to happen, and you're going to find yourself in a place that you did not plan, and that is going to trigger something within you. And that in itself is going to really help you realize the connection in between this world and other worlds around. This is the time that I need you to have your eyes open, because something is going to come to you. Something very unusual is going to happen, like the sun from the spirit, that is going to mean to you so much. But most importantly, it's going to bring you a mind-blowing confirmation. When you think about what was on your mind and what was preventing you to move on, what was blocking you, what was slowing you down, it is all going to make sense to you. Okay, so now before I do Piscelini, now Piscelinis are swearing at me again as usual. I'm just having a little moment with my kitty. Piscelini. Just 1 second. Pisces. Piscelini. Oh. See my little plant. Do you like my plants? Okay. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 bye. Let's show you my gorgeous Colin. Let's show you gorgeous Colin. Say hi to Pasilini. Hi, Pasilini. Hi, Pasilini. My baby. Don't like to be kissed. It's like Cressida. When I got her, the black cat, my gorgeous baby, when I found her, she didn't like kisses, you know. Obviously the family that had her, person that had her before, didn't kiss her, you know. So she was like, first, oh, what are you doing to me? And now she loves kisses when she learned what kisses are. Okay, so now, bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 ceiling. Bye, 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 bye. My gorgeous Pisceline, you know what? Sorry. This is the problem because I've got a candle here, I've got a candle here, and I've got my gorgeous Coco, and now I'm full of Coco's hair that gets stuck on my face. Look, I can see it. Look, sorry, Pisceline. I've got a Coco's hair absolutely everywhere. Okay, so now, do you know what? My gorgeous Pisceline, this is like a quiet, do you know what? Listen. Look, I've got an itchy nose, don't get any ideas. Now, basically, what I was going to say is like, do you know what? Something is going to be revealed to you this week, my gorgeous Pisceline, and it's very important. This is very important because an event, first of all, there is going to be an event in your life which is going to take place, and at around the 13th of February, this is going to be quite significant. This is going to be quite specific. This event is going to shake you off a little bit. It's going to make you think, but then again, at the same time, it's really going to prepare you for what is to come, and it's also going to open your eyes. This is going to be good because the bottom line is that you are going to have the opportunity out of this. You're going to change your path just slightly, and by the time we get to the March 2021, you will see the benefits of this. You will see the outcome of this. This is the time when you just really need to think about yourself, and it's also very important to think how you feel about things around you, how you feel about things that are happening in your life, how you feel about things out there. How do you feel about these things, you yourself? Do you see something? Do you think something is not right? Is something confusing you? Why is this confusing you? It is very important for you to open your eyes because there is a lot going to be answered to you. And when that happens, by the 16th, you're going to have a way out of the situation. You will find yourself out of the situation. Instead of being disorientated, this week is going to be primarily responsible for you not only becoming orientated, not only like ignoring this disorientation, but it's about finding your way through, and it's about recognizing your own path within, which you need to follow. And it's pretty much so to do with an excitement when it comes to the future planning. So when it comes to your future, planning, you're going to find yourself being like very charismatic about it this week. And this is something that you have to follow and that you have to connect yourself to, But on another hand, what I was going to say there is a powerful event that is going to happen, you know, a significant event, and that significant event that is going to happen at around the 13th of February, yeah? So you will have, my gorgeous Piscelini, a very powerful, significant event that is going to happen and is going to take place on the 13th of February, at around the 13th of February, but this is gonna be the event that is actually really gonna make you feel very passionate. It's going to bring the passion in you. It's going to bring the passion within you. It's going to bring the confidence within you. It's going to bring the self-esteem within you. It's going to really make you feel so good, you know, but at the same time, it's going to require your immediate action. What is action is, and what this is, you can let me in the comments, my gorgeous Piscelinis. This is going to be very interesting indeed. You need to remember that you need to trust your instinct and stay focused. Somebody in your life is going to play an important role, absolutely mind-blowing role, when it comes to you being pinpointed, when it comes to you being reminded, when it comes to you being refreshed. This is going to lead towards your own regeneration and towards your own rebirth, but most importantly, towards the necessary adjustment that you need to make in your life. What is this necessary adjustment? This is going to be really good, and this is going to be really brilliant, and this is going to be really fun, really massive later on. But as I said, March 2021 already, it's going to be playing an important role when it comes to you really feeling it like there is no tomorrow, but most importantly, seeing the direct results and effects of everything that was happening this week. I repeat, you just need to remember to stay focused. And also, do not forget that on the 11th of February, 2021, we are having the new moon. What I said at the beginning of this video, we're going to have a new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquamarini, Aquarius, and this is going to be remarkable because it's going to give you the power, it's going to give you the courage, it's going to give you the confidence, but it's also going to bring you bring us the necessary balance, you know, in order to respond to things and in order to focus towards the right direction and start the process of manifestation. What you need to remember, my gorgeous Piscelini, is that 11th of February, it's not only the new moon when we start new things, you know, but it's the new moon in Aquamarini, Aquarius, so it's going to be super powerful and super significant. Just relax and do things that makes you feel good, like maybe go to the nearby forest, maybe like meditate, maybe try to ground yourself, do things that make you feel really good, do things that make you feel really spiritual, do things that make you feel really excited in a spiritual way, like for example I do with my plants, work with my plants. This is very spiritual to me. I love my plants, my orchids, you know, my plants, you know, and when I work with them, and this brings so much out in me. It helps me to focus, it helps me to recognize the ideas that I wouldn't recognize before. And why am I saying to you to do this on the actual on the 11th of February? Because it's the new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquamarini, and while you are connecting, whatever this is, whether this is touching your plants, or whether this is going into the forest, or whether this is meditation. Going to the forest can be like meditation, but whatever you are doing is just very much so, this vibrancy is pretty much needed when it comes to you connecting to things, spiritual things that you really like, and that in itself is going to get you thinking, it's going to get your mind going. Try to do this, please. I know it sounds crazy, on the 11th of February, but you could even start on the 10th of February. Focus on things that make you feel spiritually good, and then something is going to come to you. The idea is going to come to you, and it's going to be fantastic, and you can even work towards this idea without you even realizing. But this is connected to solution, connected to the problem and solution to so many things that were weighing you down so far. And just remember that the 16th of February, it's going to bring you a glimpse of this, because you could have like focused on something, you know, and like with your subconscious mind, it becomes very, very vivid, it becomes very strong, it becomes very powerful, and without even realizing, you know, things that are at the back of your subconscious mind that you want to respond from, you want to take on the next level, you know, you're working on them, you're inviting them into your life, because you're about to invite something very special and very powerful into your life. You may not even realize this is the new beginning, the manifestation that is later on going to play a very important role in you having a courage and dealing with things that are really, really like kind of bringing you down. But that's whole another thing now, you know. But this is very important for you to remember, because you are going to start the process of manifestation. And then on another hand, you know, you could also like kind of focus on things that you're doing already, maybe write them down on the 10th and the 11th of February, focus on them and be very optimistic, and that is also going to start the process of manifestation. But it's even more important like what glimpse you are going to have on the 16th of February, and they will be very, very interesting, and you will know that they're coming from somewhere else. So this is the time on the 16th of February to pay attention to the synchronicity, pay attention when the numbers are repeating, pay attention when something just fall off the table, pay attention if there is an unusual smell around you, you know. This is all the time that you should be specifically paying attention to what is on your mind, what exactly are you thinking about, what you're thinking of, you know. See what the synchronicity of the numbers would mean, but also at the same time see what is on your mind, you know. There is a lot of answers that you are going to have, and in synchronicity is pretty much so going to answer an important question to you, my gorgeous Pisces, on the 16th of February. What else you should need to know, that in between the 9th and the 16th of February, just make sure this is you understand this is the time to take steps to ensure the financial security, and not only of yourself but the people around you, but also this is the time when it comes to like realizing which wise investments you should need to make, in particular when it comes to the planning, you know, and things like that. You know, this is a great time to honor family traditions as well. On another hand, my gorgeous Pisces, the period and the stage in between the 9th and the 16th of February, you know, it's going to provide you with a challenge, and that challenge that you're gonna have, it's gonna make you like, oh my god, you know, I'm not too sure. But then again, just remember, any challenge that you have, you are going to be dealing with very successfully. Just remember, my Pisces, please try to remember this. The bigger challenge it is, the better outcome is going to be. The bigger challenge it is, the more successful outcome you're actually going to have, because it's to do with something that you're very passionate about, which you are going to take on the next step at this moment in time. Because to reflect on this, it's going to require your immediate action. Okay? And now on another hand, let me just tell you that by the 16th of February, you are going to have a moment, you know, of the actual awakening, you know, and it's to do with the change, you know. It's to do with you, realizing that you need to change the way you're looking at a situation and embrace your uniqueness, you know. And this, now when it comes to this specific situation, you will know that this is going to be connected to the temporary pause in the action. But it's more about the realization and the next steps, that are going to become absolutely obvious here. So now, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card that is going to be for this specific stage. And of course, I put my brand new tarot cards in the wax that just fallen down. 5 of Swords, you see, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, you see, this is something, because, you know, just remember, the specific problem, it's going to bounce back. The specific problem, it's going to be bounced back, you know. And I really like it, because that problem was really on your mind and it was driving you nuts for the last 5 months. What was driving you crazy for the last 9 months? What was driving you nuts for the last 9 months? What was making you feel really bad? And what was blocking you to move on? You will have a very, very powerful moment when you kind of connect to it, and then at the same time you will find it really, really heavy, and then something is going to happen. There is going to be an important sign that you are going to have that you are actually on the right path, and there is nothing to worry about. 5 of Cups is also telling me here again, at the same time, you know, that there's something is literally about to appear right in front of you when you least expect it. So it's going to require from you to make the necessary adjustment and to cut something out of your life, you know. And once this happens, this is going to bring you the necessary balance. Very important, my gorgeous Pisces, a lot. So now this is bringing you the balance and also the ability to look at the things from a completely different angle. But what you're going to do is going to be very successful for the future, you know. So now I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, my gorgeous Pisces, and I'm going to see what is going to be a spirit message as well for this stage, this period in time, or mindful wisdom. Now this is amazing. This is nothing unusual, and yet again this spirit cards are working so great with everything that I have done so far. On one hand, you are going to have a special reward. you know what your special reward is going to be. It's going to come from the things that you've done before, and it's going to make you feel so good, so brilliant, and you will realize how special you are and how powerful you are. Very, very good. This is brilliant, because that in itself is going to make you feel so good, and without you even realizing, it's going to set you on the path, set you on the journey, because you're going to start to get to know things around you that you didn't know, that you feel so attracted to. And this is when things are going to become really, really interesting. But then on the other hand, you know, you are going to make a very, very wise choice. There is a certain choice that you are going to make, and this is nothing planned. Nothing that you were thinking about, nothing that you were planning, nothing that you wanted to achieve, nothing that you were like kind of pre-planned or anything like that, but it's just going to happen out of the blue. And your response is going to be like, boom, 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 like that, completely mind-blowing. But most certainly, it's going to be the wisest decision ever. And these sweet little decisions happen in the right time in our lives, indeed, but most importantly, they're rather sweet because they were not planned. They come out of the blue, and most certainly the response is the most magical thing ever, because it's going to take you somewhere you have never been before. Important, my gorgeous Pisceans, indeed, because this is going to open your eyes, and the next step shall be revealed. Okay, my gorgeous people, I love you all so, so, so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.